All right, come on. I hope this works. Are we there? I think we are, ladies and gentlemen. I think. Yep, we're live. All right, ladies. Oh, no, that's the other video. Hold on. Are we live? I'm sorry. Oh, all right, ladies. Oh, no, that's the. Yeah. We're there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So perfect. If you guys don't know what's going on right now, literally, there was automatic tariffs in place on China last night. That's, everybody in the wake of Canada and Mexico, everybody forgot about that. China reacted with retaliatory tariffs, but generally everybody is kind of interpreting this that it wasn't that bad. So we're going to play a little bit with that today. Then you're going to be getting Israel and the Netanyahu and then a couple of UN. Then we got a bunch of the big earnings. And then again, China did investigate a couple of different companies from Google to the other ones. So we'll find out how it all plays out. But yeah, it's game time, baby. But alrighty. Well, we still got a lot of time. I mean, it's not, again, we've already went through everything. Let me go to the bathroom and then we will cover some plays. But yeah, you got time to get situated, brother. So good morning.
Guidance this morning. But
I'll leave it unmuted. I don't know when they go end, baby. Like the video. Good morning.
Figure what needs to be figured out. It is PepsiCo.
All right. Well, there's one of our movers this morning. We're going to try and get to Spotify. We'll get to PayPal.
Wow.
We got KKR, Apollo, UBS, a whole bunch of names as well. And don't forget, you can catch us anytime and anywhere by listening to and following the Squawk on the Street Opening Bell podcast.
You guys can get the plays ready. You don't need me. You can post the plays if you would like. That's what I'm going to do next. I feel bad. Now I feel like I'm yelling at a guy in the urinal next to me. So I'm just saying, if you want to post the play, feel free. I'm still going, man. I don't know. Last time you were listening, if you got earphones, you should unmute. You should mute your speakers. Yeah. I don't want some of y'all very intrusive with your headphones. Oh, there you go. Hello. Yes. I don't know if Trump is live. I see senior U.S. official. Trump believes it'll take 10 to 15 years. Hold on. I do have some comments. I got a lot of them. Trump and Israel, Netanyahu will discuss maintaining ceasefire, focused on getting all hostages out. They believe it'll take 10 to 15 years to rebuild Gaza. Trump and Netanyahu will discuss second phase. There will be unity in how they intend to pursue that. And the two leaders will also discuss potential for Israeli-Saudi normalization deal. So that's about it. Again, Meta's rocketing up here. I don't know why, again, Google they got the investigation by China. No one cared. Intel moved a little bit more on that. We kind of already had some tin. Oh, all right, but Chad, yeah. So this is a time to like the video and post your plays. We're actually doing very good on the likes here. Good morning. But yeah, that being said, my friends, if you got anything, you let me know. But you're here right now. 1 minute till the bell. What are you watching, man? Let's go. Post it in the chat. We already got plays. Snap call, AMD call, good morning, Beetle call, chip moving, Palantir, unpriced calls, Spy call 214, holding the 601, PayPal, Coin, TSM, Palantir, MRK puts, QQQ, good morning, Riot, AMD, QQQ, UNG, and TLT puts, ADM put, UPS launch, Trump coin, baby, gold, SMCI, IWM, IVVD, ONTM, Spy winging it, watching Uber and CLD or Palantir, ARM calls, probably cutting LNG, buying mags, Bitcoin long, Ethereum U, Intel shares, UUU, long gold and silver, holding Spy Weekly, GM Gold, Spy Call Hood Share, WY Lumber, long on Jesus. Oh my gosh, hold on, don't make me go. So AMD Meta in the final place. Hood calls, NVIDIA calls, Fubo long, Spy, and UPS for the long term with a Spy 599 600 debit spread. Wow. I see Canada committed to stronger border security. U.S. Okay, that's just a recap. All right. Well, again, everybody's...
Take a look at Merck today. We mentioned...
Cheese loves you. All right. Are you guys ready? All right. So we only got about 20 seconds. again, it's going to be a weird mix of China. Even though you have China headlines, most of the market is perceiving this as the light reaction. Yes. Oh, yeah. We got the hey, when is the Luca press conference? Oh, yeah. You got to tell me when that comes live. I'm watching that. I don't care. If you, I'll go members only if you insist. But, yeah. Round 1. Fight. All righty. Again, there's a lot of post-earnings. Spotify was a good one. Pfizer was decent. They didn't move their conference call. And then, obviously, Palantir. I'm going to be looking at those options. I'll call some out if you guys want, but you got to like the video. Oh, yeah, they're all juiced. Oh, dude, the juice is real. Yeah. Oh, there's one cheap one. SNDL. Palantir's crazy, yeah. Following through on the promise to gift from the VIX. Well, thank you, my friend. I'm glad you hit it. Amen. MO dumping. Okay, there's one cheap play on the fucking, these are brand new contracts. And they're still what? 30%? Yeah, again, Palantir contracts are up, but the new ones are the only cheap ones. And then again, I mean, you're talking 30% out the money to really get anything. So again, I mean, you never know though. There's a lot of hype on it and they killed it. No, they did it was a very, very good report. So that's just going to be on you. They were pricing in 15% and now you're up by like 6 of that. So you're like in between 2 standard deviations. All right, people are sweeping some of the contracts. A little bit of the cheap ones on next week are disappearing. Again, they're all super far at the money. And there you go. Crackheads are arriving. Again, the chain is a little wild. Now it's already shooting back up. Merck shares drop 11%, biggest since March 2020. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, your K-Webs are up. The ones from yesterday and then some of the other ones are coming back. But then the puts got clobbered too. So they just leveled out. Whirlpool clapped. Again, I think we're still barely green on it, but like we were up 40% as of 2 days ago, and then that all wiped. I like Pfizer. I think it's good. They just, go look at the daily chart. They have not moved in a very long time. It's actually very odd. The earnings was decent, though, but, it's good making money non-COVID related. But, again, people are still a little worried. But generally, better than their last report. Kind of gives me Intel vibes. And then Intel coming back up. Again, they got the China news. So does Google. Google's up. Meta started going crazy from the open. A lot of you guys are saying quantum. I've seen that a lot. Rigetti was yesterday, too. IonQ and Rigetti were also running. So I think this is kind of day 2, more or less. And Palantir is kind of creating that hype. MPW, I haven't looked at real estate stock. They've been holding up good, though. Again, CRM, they had the news of firing people, but staying in AI. Uber has earnings, Snap, and then Chipotle. Those are the ones that you're going to get in the short term, or literally in the next 24, 48 hours. Bitcoin ripping, bonds chilling out, SPY going up. And again, somebody keep an eye on the currency. Today it's going to be the Chinese yuan. Bitcoin is moving, but like I said on the watch list yesterday, that Mexico move, it was preceded by the currency. It was actually wild. If the David Sachs presser comes up, I'll put it on. Again, David Sachs is the crypto czar, so yeah. Again, you're going to get EU comments slightly sprinkled on the day too, and then we are still waiting for China. And then Netflix and NVIDIA, let's see. You could play the Jolts, but the Jolts it's like in the middle tier of how it moves the bonds, but the correlation of the jobs is still pretty low. So I said my expectation on the watch list yesterday, but Jolts might add or take away from that, but I think you'll get like 5 minutes of movement off of it, if that makes any, unless it's like absolutely mind-blowing. Palantir going. Let me check those contracts again. Oh, they doubled up, at least on the ask. So the bid's not going up on those contracts, but the ask is extremely high. Let's see. EO down 10. Yeah, they had a bad report. I mean, I think their other report was worse at one time before they popped. But yeah, they've already given up all of the year's gains on that. And then Merck, that's the worst day for Merck in like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, Merck down 11. Again, they were a leading cancer drug, kind of like Pfizer. But then Keytruda did good. And then one of the segments in China did not do good on that. The China tariff, a small effect, but generally people are taking the response as could have been worse. So they're saying that China is still light. Yeah, CVX going up. Spot gold up 1%, record high 28.40. CRL. Oh, what was it? There's CS Celeste too. And then again, TEM got something today. That's 3 days in a row of going up. More China on the high. You got Pinduoduo, Baba. Baba's chilling. Baidu's there. And then again, the K-Webs from yesterday are up like 50%. And then the other ones are down like 30. So the size is a little weird. You either decide to hold both or you got to let one go eventually. Trump, I don't know. It just all depends. Like I said yesterday on the watch list, Trump's new attitude might change some things, and we got to be a little bit more on guard. There's Palantir again. Out of the money options are doing good. The ones that I was telling you, those 30-cent ones have already doubled up. That was like your play in the morning. The ones really far at the money are still pretty trash, but if Palantir keeps squeezing, it'll be good. I haven't made a play though. I've just been calling them out. Trump to hold private dinner with Republican senators at Mar-a-Lago on Friday. That's coming out now. The main driver is China, really, and then, again, some of just the cold water of yesterday. Yesterday taught us a lot. Again, I explained it on the watch list, though, so if you could wait for me to explain it or go there. But essentially, we're viewing today, like the real update this morning is that it could have been worse, even with China, but then we still need some more info. That's why it's like we're back to Friday. It's not like we've recovered, but we're not dead. Trump to expected to sign executive order on Tuesday with restoring maximum pressure on Iran. So I don't know how the market's going to take that, but we're getting early word right now. Trump wants to clap Iran now. So we've heard about everybody else. Again, you heard Europe and China yesterday, today. We heard about Israel and the UN and Gaza. Watch oil on that. That's a good, very good idea. Yeah, look, oil's popping on that. So watch oil and then watch the market. Now, that one's an interesting one. Again, we're getting that early, so I haven't heard that one today. But starting off this morning, our first little Trump rumor might be oil. Actually, I think oil is actually clobbered, but then oil down is good. That's the part I think people are missing because oil gave up all of the yearly one. Trump order on Iran is aimed at denying Iran all paths to nuclear weapons and countering Iran's malign influence. Sounds very World War II-esque. Estee Lauder down 13. All right. Well, you got it first, man. Again, that's the first word, but I said this on the watch list. The market's going to move very different to these Trump headlines. I hope you guys realize that. So we got to be careful, but then again, you're getting your move now. That's why I'd watch the oil first and then the market. You already have Bitcoin going up. And again, we are still in kind of a tech earnings mode to a degree. Google pop again. They had the bad news, but they didn't. They brushed it off from China again. Palantir's still at the high. Google is working its way up, still up 1. Yeah, Spotify did good. They beat on everything user wise. Damn, they're up 10. Wow. And then Netflix 1K. Yes, sir. There it is again. Watch if the China plays. Did they already give up? Yeah, they might be now. Oh, they're still holding up, too. Yeah, no, Netflix is kind of crazy for how, like, silent it's been from earnings. I know we had that little pullback, but remember, they were kind of in their own little world, and now they're breaking out. So that is a good sign. There's Palantir again. Out of the money contracts aren't moving up as much. You got to be, like, mid-tier, like, in the middle of, like, far out the money and not close. Those are the ones moving, but the ones, like, way out, you ain't getting shit. But it is going up. Trump orders Iran directs U.S. Treasury to impose maximum economic pressure on Iran, including sanctions and enforcement mechanism on those violating existing sanctions. So, again, more Iran. That's new on the day. Oil's going off of it. Again, SPY hasn't really reacted, but I do think oil will go for a little bit. USO calls, it's on you. I mean, again, you got that. I don't think it's hit anywhere else yet. Couple places are reporting the news, so just be mindful, but you did, I mean, again, I think you got it pretty quick. Yeah, Netflix 1,000, Dominion on the low, bonds are coming up, now SPY a little lower, NASDAQ up 0.4, SPY barely in the green, Dow barely in the red, and then Russell barely green as well. Go NVIDIA. They came back up. Look at them. And then even Intel. Meta was just leading off the morning, but they flipped. And then again, Google is still holding up. Oil's still going. USO's $1 on that headline so far. Vulcan, VLCN, unhalted. Oh, they had something, didn't they? This thing's up. Volcon. We heard something about this. Small cap up 130. I think it's halted again. But it looks like it was halted and then unhalted. Resume trading. I don't see the halt yet. And you guys didn't like the video? It's on the wire. Oil keeps going. So that might have been your news headline. Secretary of State will modify existing sanction waivers with Treasury implementing a campaign armed at driving Iran oil exports to zero. Oh, yeah. So now they're getting they want oil exports to zero. Very contradicting to the Donald Trump policy, though. Remember, they want low oil, but what they're talking about now, they're literally saying they want to drive Iran's oil to zero. So, again, I mean, literally, oil's up $2 since we said that headline. So, again, like we said, watch oil, then markets. That was the play on that one. Markets ain't doing shit. I think I'm too late. I'm not going to chase it. If you jumped on when I said it, you should have got, I think you would have got some money. I'm looking. The contracts are a little wacky, or you play oil futures. Trump doesn't mind contradicting himself. Although you may be correct, you viewed it wrong. Don't be blinded by the hatred. Remember, last time it contradicted, it was fake news. I would view it for, like, interpretation in the moment. Because, again, I have White House official, but you never know with these guys. Because, again, that's why I'm saying it does kind of fly. I mean, that's a very, very strong thing right there. To say zero oil for Iran, I mean, we've let them do whatever. Why India? I mean, India... We'll see, man. India has been doing good, too. Again, isn't he meeting with Narendra Modi? India is actually going crazy. Oh, that's still the all-time high, I think, yeah. That's the only problem. All right, let me throw a USO up. Again, oil, I think, is still going. I think he is meeting with Modi, yeah. Today's read is weird. Just slow. Just remember, we're going to on and off, baby. On and off. Enjoy the show. Again, I mean, you might even get a random headline already. I think that Iran thing, that already woke everything up. So in a weird way, I mean, we did get our first newscast. I think I'm late on it. I'm not playing it, but I got you that in the first fucking second. But that is starting to move right now. I think that may be our early driver until we hear from your boy. And then you got Palantir. I don't know if the out of the monies are going still, but one of the plays we talked about is already up. Again, I wasn't able to make a play either on that one. Oh, the out of the monies are starting to go up. But again, the ones in the middle ground have already doubled 150%, which is wild. I think PayPal was good. I just think the stock was up 60%. So I think it's selling off a little bit, and then they got a huge buyback. Spot 12.5. Again, oil's still dude, oil's still red on the day, bro. So remember, the China stuff brought oil down, and then everybody, again, today was a fat, you gave up all the yearly gains, and then now you are up $2. And then now SPY's starting to go down. We don't have any other headlines, but again, so far, the new update on this morning, it's literally Iran sanctions, Iran oil, and that's the next part that we're going to hear besides Iran, Israel, and then the UN and China. We already got a little bit of China in the morning as well, too. AMD, XOP. China's not breaking out yet, so again, you got 50% on those calls. Do what you need. Jolts jobs data will be out here very shortly. And then Palantir still going on the covered call. I helped the dude roll over the covered calls like 2 weeks ago. So you just got to go find it. I mean, I would be down to help you out with it, but you have a 3-year badge, and it is something we've gone over several times. So like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I told me get out of those. He probably made another $30,000 today because he had 60 calls. So I hope he did good, but it's very easy. It's the same strategy that we've done for years to roll over any covered calls. Just close out the one you got and get back more than what you paid for, and you'll be fine. Let's see, Tuesday. Yeah, so Jolts, we're going to get here very shortly. The estimate is about 7.8 to 8 million. So we'll see. But again, I think all the data is hot, man. That ISM is in expansion. But then again, the correlation between ISM and even Jolts is very, very low. But generally, I think by the time we get to non-farms, it should be hot. VLCN. That one, why does it show that it's so high, but it's not? Oracle, again, CRM did some firings. I don't know if that one's going to be related. Pfizer earnings wasn't bad. I think it's decent, but again, kind of reminds me of Intel. A little better than Intel, but not to the point of like, it's good enough to keep it there, but I don't think it's like, wow, it's amazing. That's what we talked about on the watch list yesterday. Eventually, one of these jobs reports will be there. I even put a scoop on China on the watch list. I didn't post it on Twitter. I haven't told it, but there was a good reporter scoop. I got some good details on China that I put in there. So, yeah, I'm leaving that to you guys. Palantir again. My goodness. Yeah, all the middle group. Dude, I should have bought those middle ground ones. They tripled. And now all the out of the monies, another 6% after open. All the far out the monies have now doubled, and they're holding on the bid. So those have actually worked out. Oil still again. I mean, look at the market, though. Like I said on the watch list, bro, the reactions are going to start getting different. So I hope you guys are ready to vibe. But oil, that's 2% on oil, man. I wish I took that one, but I'm glad you got the news. Yeah, oil's gone. You could still go for the late play, but I think, like we learned the other day, if you might be late, you might want to chill out. I don't think Iran news is helping Palantir. Palantir is in its own world. If you do good on earnings, even you got AI and you got an army of cult behind you, I mean, they're in their own little world. So, and it was a good earnings. I mean, again, that was objectively the best earnings I've seen in the last couple of weeks. I don't think anybody has beaten guidance by 50% and guided up by 30% on almost every metric. So they did very well. I don't know what fucking Mr. Magikarp was doing over there. Like I don't know what he was doing, but it worked. So yeah, that's why I think it's going to be in its own little world. It was some would call it a evisceration. I don't know if you're familiar with eviscerating guidance, but I've only seen it happen a few times in my life, and that was one of them. But he eviscerated it. That's what they did. Eviscerated. I called out those plays in the morning. I wanted to wait for like a little pullback, but that's it. They were gone. But I told you those two different plays. They're already out. That's it. I see Palantir pays more stock comp than the net profit. I did. And let me put it this way. Palantir's either going to be... Do you want me to say this? Y'all ain't like the video. Hold on. You got to like the video. Because then I don't want you to like leave after I say it. You know what I'm saying? So let me get a like before you go with what I'm about to say next. I don't know. I think it's fair. I got something for you. It's about Palantir if you want to hear it. But... listen, I could bundle it up. If I could get a couple hundred likes, we could just throw in the newswire, 2 for 1. I don't know. But what I'm about to say is some of you are going to love it, and some of you are going to hate it. I love it. I love what I'm about to tell you next. It's a good one. Oh, wow. They want to hear it. They want it. Okay, a couple more. Just a couple more, and then we get the newswire. White House spokesperson, no updates on Trump G call. Will take place, but schedule will happen very soon. Trade advisor Navarro says trade actions under Trump memo will be data-driven. Where was it? Yeah, oil's still chilling, though. Again, so trade Navarro, we're getting that. Well, we got enough likes for me to tell you the 10, but not enough for the newswire, so... I'll let you guys work your way up there. But here's the deal. Are you ready? For this cycle, especially after I saw the stock-based comp, Palantir is either going to be the next, like, NVIDIA or Marvel, or it will be the next Snapchat. I rest my case. Have a good day. Like the video. I am not answering any follow-ups. Thank you. Thank you. No. Just those two options. Those two options. That's all. That's all. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. Now Snapchat's not that bad, huh? That's it. Holy shit. I just learned something. Or you know what? Or it'll be the next Intel. Yeah, you're like, well, Intel's not that bad anymore, Josh. Well, what do you mean? Hey, who uses Snapchat? Who uses Palantir? The government. The government's the only one using it. Navarro says this is a drug war, not a trade war. I think market's kind of liking that. I think market will take that. Watch the dollar. This is what I've been telling you. Yeah, I think the market might appreciate that. Dollar is going a little low. I don't know if you're going to get like crazy 1,000% pump. You know what I'm saying? But literally it's along the lines of that eases the tensions. You get what I'm saying? Again, yeah, he's brought some. I've talked about this days ago. So just in the meantime, watch if that brings down the dollar and think about the setup you have today. We enacted tariffs on China and they hit back no one's reacting. And then again, another trade advisor is kind of putting cold water on this idea of, oh, we're going to wreck the global economy to get our trade deal done. You see what I'm saying? So it'll be slight positive for a little bit. But like I'm reminding you, I brought this up on the watch list yesterday. Be careful. You guys aren't going to see these 1,000% moves. You got to like really snipe them, because now after rumors and after a little bit of trade negotiation, the market's getting used to it. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but I mean, yeah, welcome to the game, baby. That's what you guys don't pay me for, is to tell you this stuff. So yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Long-term Palantir? Well, as my uncle would say, you picked the right thing, but you also picked an awful time. You would be surprised how making money make you fall behind. Maybe I offended, but that doesn't mean I told a lie. Wow. So it's up to you, but I last time I bought Palantir and talked about it for this community, it was at $10. So everything else, you guys do your own thing. But I mean, again, people like it, but also I just brought up Snapchat and the big mistake that people made with Snapchat. I bought Snapchat at $8. I could literally show you a portfolio, the small one with even the down payment. We're up on Snapchat, bro. But a lot of people wanted to buy it in the 40s, 50s, and all of that, you know? So honestly, I'm not against Palantir, but I'm a cheap bastard, you guys. Do you get that? It has, don't take it personally. And like I'm saying, maybe Palantir, it could really be, I'm telling you, I was very impressed with that earnings. I have no problem telling you the cool, good things about Palantir, but unfortunately, my mindset right now is go for the names that are cheaper. And not like cheap because they're shit, but like I just see names that I've seen my whole entire life trading at a 5-year, 10-year low, and I would rather get some good ones there rather than buy a stock that I've known, 1,000 times cheaper and buying it at the all-time high. So it's up to you, but yeah, that is the thing that I want. Did I add Palantir to the long term? No, I think that's a dumb question if you know me. Again, I don't think I've bought in any play on the long term that was trading at an all-time highs, especially the day after earnings. So I was just answering the question for somebody asking me if I would buy it at this price. And as always, I resorted back to buying value. You know what I'm saying? Navarro, Canada is a leading source for small package of de minimis duty-free exemption for drugs. And then again, Brent crude is positive. Again, Navarro, banks are flushing right now. Hold on. Why is JP Morgan, Wells, all of them are slipping? It's small, but hard to, I just saw all of them, except for Citi. I did have Palantir at $10. I sold it because I made money that year, and then I took tax losses. So I was being a jackass, and I was like, okay, I'll take the tax loss, and then I'll buy it back in a month, right? And then everything ripped up 300%. And then I was like, I'm not going to buy my tax loss up 300%. And then before you know it, I missed out on everything. And that's why you hold long term. But yeah, but again, I think if a lot of people in here, your first exposure to Palantir was me telling you at $10 and then having it for 3 years or so, or 2 years. But yeah, I mean, I would have kept it without the tax loss. And that's why I told you on any tax loss plays, I do tell you to kind of do your own thing because I'm just using that to save money on taxes. So it was a bittersweet. I lost money on the gain, but it did save me a lot of money in taxes that year, amongst everything else. Navarro, Canada. Yeah, is he live? I have more headlines. Wall Street bets. Well, literally for most people, I was the first person to tell you about Palantir. I bought it on IPO. I had no idea what a Palantir was. But for a lot of people, legitimately, day one of Palantir, the cult was on it. And we have videos on it and talking about it and in the portfolios and everything. So literally day one, we were on Palantir, brothers. So I don't know, because I get funny reactions from people, but I'm like, yeah, word. I don't see Mr. Navarro. I only have comments. Pete Navarro. Oh, shit. Is this live? Yeah. Yeah, no one's watching this, bro.
His promises on the campaign trail were about getting the American
Yeah, this
economy
is
back,
live.
lowering prices for American families.
All right,
making
let's
it
hope he
easier
says
for
some dumb
businesses,
shit.
To operate here. I want to read you a quote.
If he says something, we can make a bag, but if not,
he has talked about
well,
tariffs
I'll
as a
watch the other
replacement
headlines,
for
too.
income taxes.
China
It's
may
essential for
adjust
US manufacturing as a
retaliation
means of coercion
based on
for
U.S. action, CCTV account. All right, and then Trump signed in non-executive order on maximum pressure.
tempered by reality here. This is a researcher at
So
Harvard.
China is not, it's not going to be an executive order. Jolts.
You met my research team.
Yo, Jolts just dumped. That's your reaction. 7.6 versus 8 million. That's insane. So maybe that is some of our Trump data. So I wouldn't get ahead of ourselves because I think it would happen down the line. Yeah, but dude, Jolts just fell off a cliff. That's one of the lowest job numbers again on Jolts in a while. Yeah, it was expected to be 7.8 to 8. So you're about 500,000 below consensus. That means a lot of economists missed this one. I don't know. Jolts I don't know if it accounts for government. We'll have to dive deeper into it. But even without a deep dive, I mean, market likes that. And then you also got a China-Iran comment. But think about that. Again, on the watch list, I'm a little early. I thought the Trump data would come in later. I wouldn't call it really bad. No. It was just bad compared to consensus. It's the second lowest in the last 12 months. So it just puts you back in the scenario you were in prior to Powell's bullshit rate cuts. Does that make sense? So another way to put it, the labor market, according to the Jolts, is reflecting similar data to when Powell started cutting rates and then pivoting back. So it's not like, oh my gosh, it's cratering, but it's definitely lower than expected, and it's like the lowest you've had in the last 3 to 4 months and second lowest on the last 12 months. It could be the accurate data, or it could be job listings going down for the government. I want accurate data because of Trump and the firing, but I'm anticipating that happens in 30, 45 days from now. I'm not expecting anything immediate, but that's a little bit quicker there. So that's why you're getting your pop there. Again, China just made a comment saying they may readjust tariffs, and then Iran is not going to be an executive order. It's going to kind of be a suggestion. So again, we're getting updates in real time, so follow along, but I am updating you. And now we got exclusive Mr. Navarro, but he might say something.
They won't buy our cars.
We just got the jobs data. Yeah, I just went over it, brother.
In Tokyo?
Lock in.
You ever? No, you don't see that. Why?
So to that point, these concessions that we got from Canada and Mexico are not concessions on the economy.
Why do you think they're minor? And besides, it's a 30-day thing. It's like this is the kind of
yeah. Pay
thing.
attention
Why?
to this.
I thought it was from the.
I'm getting headlines on Hitting the Wire from this conversation. At Pete Navarro, we are transferring $1 trillion of assets abroad every year due to trade deficit.
Fentanyls they agree that drug
That's about
cartels.
drugs.
Yeah, everybody is picking up on this. People are going to start watching this.
Is he going to ask for more concessions?
Panama said to Mool canceling port deal with Hong Kong. Hong Kong firm. Panama Canal headline. It might be a dud. Watch the dollar.
That'll be the headline.
I got that in the bottom right.
Navarro gets his numbers wrong.
No, but I think it's a valid question from, again, particularly.
Reframe the question. I don't quite understand what you're asking.
Okay, the question being, Trump ran on economic promises in addition to immigration. These concessions from Canada and Mexico potentially deal with a drug problem and an immigration problem. Is he going to escalate to also ask them for concessions on economic issues, not immigration issues?
Panama News is old.
Why
So
is
first
it
of
a trade
all,
war and not a trade war, I guess?
First of all, let's talk about the word concessions. I mean, look, among nations, what I love about President Trump, among other things, is he's able to talk candidly to world leaders, and they respect him. And so when you call something like that a concession, I think that diminishes Mexico and Canada in a way, which is not really productive. What Canada and Mexico have agreed to do is begin to enter into a dialogue and specific action.
He's saying they didn't cave. What do you mean
75,000
concession?
Americans getting killed every day, terrorists
They just
coming in.
acknowledge reality. He's framing it in a nice way.
Start, but it's a 30-day interim period. Now, to your question,
I don't know.
about
For
what
those
about
of you who
all
think
these
words
other
matter, I
issues
mean, he's
like
definitely.
the trade
This is like when
deficit and
Biden would have
economic
people
issues.
walk shit back
I
for him.
refer you
But
back
he is
to the
framing that in a
presidential
very
memo on day one. I refer you all
political,
to that,
cohesive
and
manner,
we're
if
gonna
that makes any sense.
handle,
This is Pete Navarro. This is one of
problem
Trump's main
that
trade
unfair
advisors.
trade inflict, and that's the proper word, upon the American people through a dozen different kinds of approaches. In this particular case, this IEPA action is designed expressly and explicitly to deal with a drug war, and that's what that one does. That doesn't rule out doing other things.
Okay, SPY, 4 points away from a new high.
And so all
those
you gotta
countries
do is
could
see how it's
expect
going to unfold. I can say that the
more.
first 100 days are laid out in that. I think it's probably a good time to talk about the team here, if I may, Dasha, because what's important about the trade team is it delegates different kind of tasks and authorities to each of the different ones. So you have Howard Lutnick is the Commerce Secretary nominee, and his vote comes up next week. He's going to take point on a lot of the tariff
Oil's still
issues,
holding from the
particularly
Iran
what we call
stuff.
the 232
So watch it, that fades or
things
goes
that
up.
Have to do with things like
That'll be the next level. SPY's just
steel
melting
and
up
aluminum,
again. You got a decent amount of
medicines,
cold
critical
water. The
minerals,
jobs
and
data
like.
was
An
bad.
issue there
That
is
gave you a
that
little bit of a pop.
are
And then
we
again,
in a
generally,
position
people
as a
viewing the China
country
tariffs
where,
as not as bad.
Imports are harming the ability of us to produce those things.
Jolts
in a
do not
way
confirm
which
rate cuts.
threatens
Just good in the
safety
short
and
term.
security
Remember, you're going to get
of
another
the
set of
country.
jobs
So
data before
he's
the
gonna
next
be
Fed.
handling stuff like that.
But for
You go to
now,
Scott
people will
Bessent,
take it as a decent.
the Treasury Secretary. I happen to know Scott well. He actually was the publisher
CLX fading earnings.
of my first Trump book memoir, the In Trump Time one. I got to know Scotty really well.
High tickers starting to gas. Again, you're at the high. Bonds are chilling out from the Jolts reaction. So watch out for that. And again, dollar's still at the low.
It's a delight.
I don't think you'll sell the rally when the dollar goes up, but there hasn't been a headline to really freak you out in the last couple days. You know what I'm saying?
What foreigners can buy things, the currency manipulation, things like that. You got Jameson Greer. He was Bob Lighthizer lieutenant, as it were, during the first term. Bob was the United States trade representative who renegotiated, under the direction of President Trump, the terrible NAFTA treaty. And so that's coming up as
TSM and Marvel, a couple of chips are breaking out right now. I don't know why.
4-year
Again, AMD has earnings. NVIDIA's already up by 3.
Well, see, the beauty of that is that I don't advocate anything. I let people do their jobs. Jameson will take point on that under the direction of the president, and everybody will have a hand on that. The fourth person to mention is Kevin Hassett. He was the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors. He's a superb economist, and he understands the macro aspects of tariffs. We are going to
double down. Don't stop complaining. Stop getting mad. Just wait for the next big headline. I'll tell you. Just chill. I called the oil move and I missed it. It's fine. You don't need to go for it again. Just wait. I'm telling you, do not get frustrated. All you got to do is just wait for the fucking home run, man. You'll get an easy one. But if you already are on the offsides, I wouldn't even trip. Like I'm saying, I called out the oil one. That was a good play. I missed it, but yeah, you run it and then that's it. Call it a day. Wait.
And it's a beautiful
Do not capitulate, but please stop complaining in the chat.
Prior to 1913,
give me some info. Harvest is plenty.
Unless you're a hardcore looker. This government, the United States, was built on tariffs. Jefferson, Hamilton, McKinley. McKinley ran on a platform. I'm a tariff man.
I don't want to put this out. I'll tell it. Remind me about McKinley, okay?
Chart, right? Imagine this.
I told this to my girlfriend yesterday. I nerded out yesterday. And I was lecturing my girlfriend on American politics. Yeah, I have tinfoil, but I don't want to put it out into the world.
It goes just like this, flat lines.
Oh, you guys got 1,500 likes. You guys get a newswire now.
Tariff revenues are going to play
I even told you the
a very
Palanters.
important role. And it's going to be part of a long-term transition. See, as President Trump loves to say, countries don't have to pay tariffs if they invest here.
I would have played oil or futures. I was late on it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got the news early, and I knew the market wasn't going to move, but oil did. But then it was already up a lot. It wasn't worth chasing. But again, if you guys get a good headline here, and I know it's early, and you act, you're going to get an opportunity. But then, like we talked about the other day, you go like a little
Trump
late
talked
and,
about,
you
on the campaign
hesitate,
trail about
you're just probably going to
60%
lose money
tariffs
chasing
on
it.
China. Is
So
that
that's
still
why
on the
just
table?
like, I think pick and choose. I would not get frustrated the last couple of weeks here. You were just getting opportunity after opportunity. So I don't know. Be wise about it. Yeah, don't forget about the long term. Spy's going up though, breaking out.
That will be foundational.
So again, you're about to hit yesterday's high, I believe.
It's going to be data driven.
60% isn't super measured, so that's not.
Yeah,
like
you're a new high right now.
Memo,
Oil's still going. Bonds are still running off the bonds there, or excuse me, off the jobs. And then that's it. Again, the general attitude is yesterday was terrifying and got better, and then now the China stuff, Jolts. You don't have any bad news yet.
Exactly.
Or if at all.
What they've been doing. Have they lived up to the phase 1 agreement that they signed?
So this isn't China.
Stopped what I at one point called the 7 deadly sins, and things like intellectual property. And
yeah, so this was the scoop I gave you on the watch list. He's talking about it.
This is going to be done.
This is what they're closely working on.
And
we
it's
had,
gonna be
I
done
guess
in
that
a
source
way
is
that will
legit.
benefit the American people, and we're not going to get headlines speculating about what the president may or may not do. We're going to let him do his thing, because by now it's trust in Trump.
Why don't complaints have a money sign?
Example,
I would just prefer no complaints, or what you could do,
and it looks like
you could send
things
you
are
could do cult complaints at gmail.com.
It's not.
And you could email
genius
any complaints you have, but that's not a real
The
email,
chaos
and
is not
nobody will get
chaos,
back to you.
Is what you're saying.
So other than that,
Not to
I just
us.
think stay in the game,
Let me ask, China
get a
announced
long-term,
retaliatory
and if you
tariffs,
don't like
right? They're
something,
talking
go
about
where you
levies
like
of
it.
15%
It's a
for
great,
US
great
coal
idea.
and LNG, 10% for crude oil, farm equipment, some autos, imposing export controls on 5 key metals, a probe into Google. What should American businesses that rely on these goods prepare for?
Let's see what happens with the call today. We could have sat here yesterday and you would have said the same thing about Mexico
So there's
or
a
Canada.
possibility that China gets an extension and a delay as well?
It's up to the boss. I never get ahead from the boss.
It's up to the boss.
If I got ahead of the boss, I never would have lasted this long.
The president also told reporters recently that import taxes will definitely
Interesting.
happen with the EU and possibly the UK as well. What could that look like, and how soon could that happen?
Let's see what happens. It's part of the presidential.
Oh, Peter.
Look, I'm part of a trade team that is the finest
Do you think
trade
that would be
team
a good
Dog,
ever
Peter's
assembled.
great.
It's a definite upgrade.
I know, but
from
he's
last time
like-
around. We're all pulling
This
in the same
motherfucker's
direction,
seasoned, dude.
and we've got
He
a
don't even
combination
laugh.
of several
Like, you know what I'm
newcomers
saying?
and 3 seasoned
Like, he's
veterans.
dodged every little trap that she
and
tries. He's like, come on.
We're gonna
He's
go
like, you're going to
through
do this anyways. He
the,
would have said this about China.
presidential memorandum agenda, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. But
Are you-
just got to be patient.
Oh, we're not good at that.
No
in media.
scoops here today.
No
Are
scoops
universal
here today.
tariffs-
Scoops.
Are universal tariffs still on the table?
Oh,
The first
They just want the market
section
to
of the
dance.
presidential memorandum makes it clear that we are studying the damages that are caused by a $1 trillion trade deficit. The president will figure out what to do about that if the study indicates that there are significant damages, and it's mentioned
Trump
right in
call
that
will happen today with China.
possibility of supplementary global tariffs. Yes, the president has made no secret about it. But let's
So
not,
again, that's what he said. I don't know. It came up through the wire.
This is we got to.
But he's saying Trump call is going to happen today.
Well,
Earlier,
in
they
the
didn't give us a
media
date about 30, 45 minutes ago.
And
We didn't have a
everybody
time.
else, because
We still don't have a time, but
all
we
that
know it's
happens
happening
is
today.
People get stirred up, and then you figure out, well, oh wow, that was pretty good. Now
Well, people
we're
get
a
stirred
step
up
closer
because-
now to fewer Americans dying from fentanyl. Whereas yesterday it was like everybody's. So I'm just.
Yeah. No, but people
Aaron
get
Rodgers,
stirred up because you
just
also
relax.
see.
Aaron
see
Rodgers, just
markets
relax.
reacting. You see real impact in the financial
He just
sector.
quoted
There are
Aaron
businesses that I've been
Rodgers.
talking to who say
That's great.
we're behind Trump.
That's
We're
so.
supportive
That's
of him.
wild.
But the uncertainty is a challenge. It's difficult for businesses to make decisions. and
Aaron
for American
Rodgers,
families
bro.
to make decisions when they don't know where things
That's
are
beautiful.
Before I came here,
I was in prison
on,
because of you.
Maria in the morning on Fox Business.
headed. Did she scoop me?
Fox, not at all. But she did provide the answer to this question. I'm going to give it to you. And it's just
She
I
does
mean,
have a
400
little
North
bit more
Capitol,
common
it's a
sense
10-minute
than you.
walk
I'm not
over
gonna,
here. And
mince
the
words.
point I made there is that when you get all these day traders and all this volatility in the market and the market
Listen, he's talking to you.
or down, whatever, on all of these rumors that the media loves to throw at you in big headlines, rather than kind of look kind of more deeper at
This
the
is
thing. My point here, Dasha, is that what is happening with respect to the trade agenda is happening within the broader context of a larger economic agenda that points inexorably towards growth, rising real wages, and stability. And let me just walk you through it.
Listen, he's telling you, this is how I got this scoop on the Reuters fake
One of
one.
the most fun days I ever had. It was the day after the election.
Literally, he's
in
saying, just
2016,
look at the,
and
like, what it will
got about
create.
2 minutes to
Don't get
sleep
so
in the
hyped.
Squawk box, CNBC, and get in the chair, and Andrew, Becky, and Joe are, they want to eat me alive because the futures are dead red down. I mean, it looks like the market's going to totally melt down because nobody expected Trump to win.
That was 2016.
And it's like I get on there, and it's like, all right,
I remember that.
Let's look at the chessboard here.
Unless he's talking about this
What is
one.
Donald Trump going to do? It's like four wheels on the Ferrari here. You're going to have the strategic energy dominance and cheap oil, right? And that's exactly what he's going to do this time.
Estee
That's
Lauder
gonna be the
flushing.
biggest inflation fighter we're going to have.
Do
We're
you
going to
worry,
do
though-
let me finish the four. This is important.
Yeah, 2016. Remember I told you that story.
We're gonna hit
I was up
that
a shit
again,
ton
but
on the
also
futures. I
add
had all
the
those
Doge
puts.
component. That's
And
what
then
we
by the
call
time I wake
positive
up in the morning,
supply shock.
I'm fucking
It's
lost it
good
all.
for
You
all
went
the
from negative
businesses
900
who are
points on that day to
concerned.
up.
Cheaper oil. And cheaper oil, by the way,
It was crazy.
isn't just cheaper gasoline prices and home heating oil prices. It's cheaper fertilizer prices. It's all across. Then it's the tax burden, which is going to be lowered, and which is going to be lowered, by the way, by the ability to use tariff revenues in the negotiations with Congress to what they call score that. And then the fair trade to the, again, if you do the math, if you're like a geek and you know this.
Wait,
like
they're going to use
when you run a
tariff
trade
oil
deficit,
revenue?
That's a direct
I need to look into that.
subtraction
That
to
seems
the
very
real
creative.
GDP growth rate. If you just do that. So if you lower the trade deficit, you get growth. So the point here is that as all of this trade policy goes forward, you're going to have all these other elements of the Trump agenda pushing our economy forward in a way which is going to simultaneously create prosperity
Ethereum and Bitcoin dying.
reduce inflation. And that's a beautiful thing.
But
And
while
that's
you
what I
said-
try to assure businesses about.
Well, that's a good point. But when you see strategy in the chaos, not every business sees it that way.
No, like, they're gonna
Markets don't love
calculate
uncertainty.
oil revenue,
Businesses don't love uncertainty.
and like they're going to
We don't
use
know what's
that
gonna
dollar
happen 30
amount
days
as
from now with
some part of
Mexico and
tariff
Canada.
calculation,
Do you
or to like
worry
exclude
that,
or not exclude.
This whiplash
But that's
with this
interesting
could
because then that
discourage
means,
investment.
we were
Like, why
kind
would
of just
businesses
looking at
invest
oil
in
as supply
factories,
and
hire
demand with
workers
all
when
of
they don't
this,
know how
but
this is gonna
it might be
unfold?
deeper than
My
that.
point here, if you remember anything, this is it. My point here is that the media itself is in part responsible for the chaos
Yes,
because it doesn't
exactly.
accurately report
Amen.
two things. One,
That's
the
what he's
broader-
saying. You guys are
no, the
freaking out about
broader
all the news,
context
and it's
that
not reality
these
of what
policies
is said.
are
I said it this
happening.
morning.
And
I said
the
all these
fact
headlines are
that
bullshit.
In the first term of the Trump administration,
you.
none of these
Everyone's looking at it
Sky or
extremely
falling
short term.
kind of
I'm watching more people
happen.
freak
You
out
see,
about
this
high
is night and
prices
day. It's
when
very
prices are
different.
It is
literally
night
a
and day,
third
and one of the reasons
of what
it's
they
night
were
and
when
day
prices
is
were
every
high.
time somebody says in the media that the sky's going to
I even
fall,
tweeted, I
I
said
go,
it just
"Wait a
makes the
minute,
job
you said
harder
that, and I
because
can give you
perception
a
is
date
part of
where
it.
you said that
And then
back in
companies jack up
2017
prices
and
ahead of
2018,
time
2019,
because the
and
media
you were
brainwashes
wrong.
you and then
The
you believe
American
it.
people, sir, who voted for President Trump because they
Yes.
wanted lower prices, they wanted a stronger economy. Can you promise American families that this tariff strategy is not going to lead to higher costs for them?
Drill, baby, drill, deregulation, tax cuts. Let's walk through the tariffs.
Can you
So
make that
again, he's
promise
trying to
us?
explain. He's saying these because he's saying in the long run, if these things are pulled off, like I've
No,
told
I'm
you,
not. Here, let
they
me-
may
just
fail,
let me walk
but
you
if
through
pulled
the
off,
economics and try to
you shouldn't
explain
have that
why we
fear.
didn't have inflation the last time. Okay, this is important.
Tell him,
It's a
Pete.
simple point. Because everybody said we were going to have inflation, right?
He's not, dude. He's
And all that
trying to
stuff. So
explain
let's-
econ to you right now.
appreciate you
So
wanting
the
to talk
first
about
thing-
last
He's just
time, but we
explaining
do
the
have limited
macro.
time. I'm just
Okay,
wondering
just
if you
let me
can
make this point.
That promise.
I can make this point.
He's talking a
That
lot of long term, bro.
when
It's very
we
funny.
put a tariff on as the biggest market in the world on a country that is heavily export dependent, the first thing that happens is they reduce their prices. The second thing that happens is supply chains move around in a way to moderate any inflationary effects. The third thing that happens is we get more investment here, not there. That creates jobs and improved wages here. So what I can assure you of, what I can promise you is that the president's agenda will create a golden age of prosperity. Real wages will go up as they did in the first term of the Trump administration while they went down in Biden's. We'll have robust GDP growth. And
He
we'll
said
have
real wages.
security here from the steps that are taken, not just national security, as we like to
That
say
might
in
be
the
what
White
the
House.
difference is.
Economic security is
Remind me of
national security.
real wages
Running
when
out of
this
time,
is
so I
done.
just
I'll
have a
show
couple
you.
more questions. The president did acknowledge himself that tariffs and some of his policies may come with some pain. He said that in a Truth Social post. So should American people prepare to make some sacrifices in the short term for this longer term vision he has?
That's a good
Look,
question.
All I can say is that the plans we have in place will
Trump is
lead
expected to go to Super
price
Bowl,
stability
yes.
far more than they had during the Biden regime, and prosperity. And again, you can't isolate the trade and not think about $50 a barrel oil. Look, we had around $50 a barrel oil through the Trump term. You know what it was during Biden's? It was like 75 to 80. You know what a price shock that is? I mean, drill, baby, drill. Again, the personnel of this administration are unparalleled. You got Doug Burgum, who I had the great pleasure meeting while we were working on the Canada-Mexico drug war issue, and Chris Wright at Energy.
Again, they're calling it drug war, not trade war.
It's going to be a golden age, as the president says. That's what I can promise.
So what is the lesson, big picture, that we in this room, that
He wanted to say
American
trade.
families,
Yeah.
that businesses
He
and
said
our
drug. That's why I'm like,
trading
notice
partners
that.
should take away from
Tiger popping
the
ahead
last
of China
24
call.
hours?
Trust in Trump.
Ignace. What's up, baby? Oh, and Bradley Frizzle.
He's earned that.
What?
Trust
What
in
did I
Trump.
do to
You
deserve
saw
this?
what he did with trade policy.
Oh, watch your
in the
speakers.
first term.
Fucking Peach Nation. Woo.
We roll, as it were, and let's
Thank you, my friends.
Remember where this started.
Bradley Frizzle.
75,000 Americans. I mean, somebody raise your hand if you don't know somebody.
I think Navarro to
Has a
Trump
lot.
is like the Colt to Bradley
Everybody
Frizzle.
in
Because
this
I would send the
knows
Peach as my trade
somebody
advisor.
either close to them,
And
or
I
a
feel like the
friend or a
Peach would
friend
have
of
to
a
sit
friend.
y'all down and explain to you. No,
Who
don't
has
believe the
died,
media
died,
every
drug
day. Every day,
overdose.
consistency is really the law. You know what I'm saying?
That's astonishing. And we say no more, no mas. That ain't going to happen under Donald Trump. So that's
Why
what
did you
this
say no mas,
particular
sir?
round is about.
Is that targeted
Drug war,
towards
not a trade
Mexico,
war.
or is
Well,
that just the
tangentially,
euphemism
big
that you
picture.
use in?
What is the goal with the
Euphemism.
tariff
I said don't
strategy?
euthanize
Is
it.
it
My
purely
bad,
a
my bad.
negotiating tactic, or
Why
is
do you
he
wait? He
trying
said
to
no
remake
mas.
some fundamentals of the
Adios,
American
amigo.
economy?
What the fuck?
Well, the goal of
What is that, trade?
the
That's not trade language.
Policy, tariffs are but one tool of the trade policy, is to make sure that American workers and families face a level playing field in the international environment.
Pfizer
And that'll
flush
be
now. Their
measured
conference
by
call, I
the
think, is
jobs and
starting in 7
factories that
minutes.
are created, and by the fall from $1 trillion a year trade deficit down to zero. And you'll see the rise of the External Revenue Service, and you'll be less hounded by the Internal Revenue Service. And those tariffs are going to pay for things like no tax on tips. And,
Is that still happening?
oh, that's happening.
You can promise that?
And you take that to the bank.
Take
I
that
can
to the
promise.
bank.
Is there a potential for
Hey, that's my type of
political
guy,
time
bro.
growth problem.
I am a boomer.
Threaten terrorists back down. Threaten terrorists back down. If that,
You guys
the
know that?
pattern
Because
we're
I'd be
seeing.
saying
If
that
we get
shit
into
too,
that
like a damn
cycle.
boomer.
Not with Donald Trump.
Senator Bill Cassidy is talking about
Joe
Pfizer.
Biden or Barack Obama or anybody else.
And then
trying to-
FTX
but-
repayments,
look,
Bahamas start
people-
February 16th.
He's willing to- he's-
So
War-
Pfizer's
we're
conference
at
call
war
starts in like
around the
30
world.
minutes, and now you have a
Because-
senator talking about him.
Foreign leaders didn't respect or fear Joe Biden. Think about that. With one change, it's like Reagan coming in for Carter, hostages immediately released. Peace. You got to remember here,
So
first
nobody
term, you asked me
respected
about what's
Biden.
different. First term, we didn't have any wars. North Korea wasn't.
Yeah, bonds are fading a little. Remember, you're back at the jobs data.
Missiles up in the air.
Bonds,
testing
again,
their
they're going to be
missiles
weird,
or
but see if they just finally get out of that,
setting off bombs. so
that
that they
zone.
could
But they were
take
reacting
out
a little with the
Seattle.
data.
Iran, we almost broke
Yeah,
them,
Google's
and
still
they were
ripping.
quiet. Russia didn't invade anybody. We dealt at least partially with the China issue on trade and would have finished that in a second term. So that's the thing, Dasha. The beauty of all this is that amidst all this speculation, Donald Trump has a record. Trust in Trump.
Myrna's going
Let's
off
look
of
a little
Pfizer
shorter
now,
term
too.
Before I let you go, in 30 or so
You keep
days.
saying that, doesn't you? Have you noticed that? Just one more question.
I know it is.
We're at 0 on the clock.
We're at 0 on the
We'll
clock.
go to the
We've
bathroom
got too
before.
long.
Yeah,
You've got
okay.
too much to share with us. I promise
It's,
you, this
it's
is my,
not like I don't have anything to do today.
we've got you trapped here.
help the boss save the free world here, and you know, there's just one. Go ahead.
All right,
One
all
more
right.
question.
One more
but-
question, I'll let
all
you
right,
go.
it better be good, and you be the judge of that. Okay.
So
no pressure. Here.
30 days.
Yeah.
30 days. Some of the challenges that we've heard from our Canadian counterparts is that what the president wanted from them was somewhat vague. They came up with some of those solutions. Are there metrics you all are using over the course of these next 30 days to figure out, okay, is this working? Do we need to push for more?
Well, that's where Secretary of State Rubio and Secretary Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and others come. That's where the work of the negotiations go. It's not just phone calls between the top leaders. It's all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into those kinds of negotiations. And what I would just say to the American people and say to you, it's like you're in very good hands right now. Very good hands. This cabinet is. I can't imagine a finer cabinet right now. The only thing I wish is that that hill behind us there would move a lot damn faster, getting confirmations done, not just at the secretary level, but at the undersecretary, the deputy secretary, the assistant secretary.
Baba.
It's the
I was going
tragedy
pee.
of government, of this government, that it takes 18
Yeah, it's going up
months
still. Again,
to
the
get
general
a
attitude.
government in place.
China's
And that's
avoided
almost
it
half
still,
the time of
even though they hit
the
tariffs
term of
today.
office, and that shouldn't be.
Almost half the time of this interview.
I think you got your money's worth.
Sir.
The check's in the mail, and
Thank you so
Been a
much for your
pleasure.
time, and thank you all for joining us for this conversation. Next week, we've got more for you, energy and agriculture, so come back.
put
and
that
so
in the
please,
bank.
I hope you'll come back despite the length of this conversation. Thank you.
bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
That was good. Again, he didn't say much. I mean, that was the guy that I was listening to in the morning. So that day that Reuters came out, he was explaining he was the guy who said that everyone's LARPing around as these officials. And then he even called out the news, and he's just saying, he really explained the long-term plan. Now, honestly, my views are still the same. Like I told you guys, I believe it. If they pull it off, it will actually be good. If they don't pull it off, there's still the risk that this stuff doesn't work. You get what I'm saying? But I think he explained it well, and that's why, too, you do got to kind of, he even brought up, again, how the volatility and people are reacting and everyone's being dramatic, but I think that's one of the reasons why we have one of those changes in kind of how they're reporting the news and even how the market's taking it now. So very important. I think that was great. Yeah, Pfizer, Myrna, BNTX dropped on all that. There was political comments. Nora, much love. I'm up there with Kobe. Oh, Crypto Chris, and your first one. Thank you. That's great, bro. That one is great. You have no idea. I like you just compare. That's amazing. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my friends. Ba-da-ba-ba-bop. I have not decided where I'm putting my deposit. No. All right, but do you want me to give you terrible tinfoil? I have to tell you guys this. Oh, Mo, you gave me one too? 100% on USO. Thank you. You guys are my only money I'm making off that one today. But I hope it's a good learning lesson. Because, again, I'll get you guys the info. And if y'all are ready and quick, again, we're getting it within seconds. But also, too, if you miss it, don't chase it. You know, like I said, any of the times where we're like hesitate on it, it don't really work. So I'm glad you guys got to hit that, though. But, yeah, just don't. That was a good move. But once you're like halfway done with it, you know, you can kind of force it. But I've seen more bad problems happen. You want the tinfoil? It's bad tinfoil, bro. It's bad tinfoil. It's terrible. And it's like history nerd tinfoil. But I don't even want to say this in the world. But last time I did this, shit happened. And then like, yeah, man, I don't know. Do you want it? Give me 2,000 likes. Seriously, it's just terrible tinfoil. If I say this, I can't, if I put this into the universe, okay? If I put this into the universe, I'm at least, the only way I could go to bed is if I have 2,000 likes. That's the only way my conscience is going to feel good, you know? Okay, hold on. I'm selling the K-Webs. They're up over 100%. I sold 2 out of 3. We still hold the puts, so if there's a fade, that's it. But now we got a good amount there. Remember, make it 3. This isn't juicy gossip. This is it's terrible, bro. Yeah, you guys love this shit, though. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I need 100 more. 100 more likes. We're there. It's crazy, though. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. And I sold 2 of the K-Webs. Yesterday's K-Webs at the bell. Those are up over 100 now. I bought both. I bought both Baba calls and puts, or K-Web both ways. It didn't work. It worked in the morning. You were up 50 on the calls, down 50 on the puts. Now we still got the puts. If there's a random sell-off, we make money. Otherwise, we ride the one contract for free, but then that contract will pay for everything, and then we've lowered the risk already. Like I'm saying, I'm playing small as long as we get early. If there's a real home run, we want to go big on them and hit it as soon as possible, but other than that, you know, generally 9 out of 10 plays, you're going to be way better off going smaller and balancing it like that. I still have my May K-Webs. We made those free a while ago. I better get on Tesla. Can you send me money to do it? So if you guys don't know, there's something called reverse pumping. I invented it at the beginning of this year. If anybody ever FOMOs you and tells you to buy something, you should ask them for money for the play. That's the best. It's called reverse pumping. So if somebody is pumping you to really see their genuine interest in the play and not trying to extract money from your pockets, you should ask them for the money to make said investment. That's what I have been doing. It has resulted in I got 1 Solana, I think, off of it, or like 0.1 Solana is what I got off of it. And then everybody just ignored me after they stopped FOMOing me. So it's one or the other. Either way, I think it's a win-win. Mm-hmm. All right. 50 more likes, bro. We're there. Crude futures are positive now. 3% move. GG if you hit it. That might be our fast set of news here today. The quick ones. Yeah, Baba's vertical again. We knew China was going to be today. We positioned both ways ahead of time. So we're RFK confirmed. No way. There you go. We hit the likes. All right, are you ready? I was explaining this to my girlfriend, and I'm sad that I'm going to say this, okay? But I told you guys to keep looking up William McKinley, because the way Trump keeps doing shit, even hearing Peter Navarro, I like trip out a little bit because I'm like, is he really doing this? Is he really going to do the income tax? Right? So I was explaining to my girlfriend, McKinley. And after seeing what they, like, even Elon has a huge target on his back now. All these things they're doing. I mean, do y'all know what happened to McKinley? Because the more and more I'm like, holy crap, the world is going to change. The more I'm like, dude, they're going to clap this homie in 6 months. Yeah, they clapped McKinley in 6 months. So I don't know. I call it tin, but I'm like, the more that the history of policy aligns with McKinley, I get worried because there's another poor side of history on there. So yeah, sadly, I just put that out in the universe. Forgive me. But that is history. I know. So we'll see, but you should look into William McKinley. If you haven't already, yeah, you will. Yeah, the only person to do this crazy shit got shot in 6 months is how American history looks. So we'll see. You're on a list? I've been on a list my whole life, brother. Don't worry. Again, that's it. As long as I run ads, they won't cut you out till like later, but still. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. That's cool, man. It's cool. He was the 25th president. But look into his history. I've always told you that, but dude, the more and more, and then that, if you guys don't know, that like you said stuff, bro, it was terrible. It was terrible. I'm not on a list. You're not that important. Okay, see, there you go. So it's good. Some of you guys gas me up. Some of you keep me humble. Either way, get along term. But amen. My week is amazing. I don't want to tell you that. You guys might unsubscribe. I mean, it's a terrible week. It's an awful week. I hate this week. Oh, fuck, I'm mad. Oh, damn. Such a bad week. I hate this stock market. I hate all of this stuff. Fucking Elon. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll balance it out. Hershey's CEO, bad earnings, chocolate prices. Yeah, they got a lot, bro. They got a lot. Well, no, I mean, this time around, it relates to the trade news. That's what you got to realize. Again, I mean, I really hope y'all see I did not advocate freedom of speech just to be, complicit towards one side. I feel like I've been giving you a lot of info on everybody, no matter how. I'm even any sources I could get, I'm sharing with you. But at the end of the day, I really think from an economic standpoint, a lot of these headlines about tariffs and the reaction are not helpful at all and overblown. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I think all of you and some people will learn, and you'll be able to benefit off of it. But don't let this explanation of some of this tariff stuff distract you from the mid-long term, because I really do agree with Peter Navarro, and I don't agree with him because of his politics. I agree with him because of economics. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's just one of those things where, for now, I mean, I think the little wage, the war being waged is, and why it's different from last time, because like a couple years ago with Trump, they would make all these things look bad, and then everybody would kind of bandwagon. They're like, oh, wow, it's so bad. But now this time around, you do have people kind of calling out the bullshit. And I'll do it on both sides. Like I told you, I did not like some of the immigration stuff. That's against Trump, and I said it. I don't give a fuck. And I don't care if you disagree with me. But at the end of the day, too, on the reverse side, like I think some of this fear-mongering on tariffs is actually hurting more people than it is helping them, and I don't think it's near reality. Like I said, I think you get worried about tariffs once real commodity prices go up, and I encourage you not to encourage believing an idea to justify corporations raising prices on you. Because remember, at some point, there was a time in America where prices went up and consumers literally said, fuck that. I don't know if you guys, do you guys know there is whole societies built that you have historical examples where the economy was changed forever simply by consumers saying, nah, fuck that. You know that, right? Shout out to Japan, baby. Shout out to Japan. So in a weird way, that's why I'm like, you get worried. Listen to me. Just listen to what I'm telling you. You get worried about prices going up, and you get worried about this tariff shit once the commodities are through the roof. Then I'm going to be on your side. Are you understanding me? Are you following what I'm saying? Very simple. All you, like I showed you, that lumber chart. Even wait till that, it doesn't have to hit a new high. Wait till it hits 1,200. I wish I could say gold, but gold is now central banks. But there's a lot of commodities. There's a lot of agriculture. There's a lot of food. Fucking rice, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? But shit like that is where I would be like, okay, yeah, now globally, and what we're really seeing is like, yeah, now you're watching the effect. But everything at the margin right now is just people front running and gaslighting, in my opinion. Amazon ripping. Gold big red. Uh-oh, hot dog. Nvidia shares up by 2.9. SPY at the high. Bonds going up. Azerbaijani plane that crashed in December after being diverted to Kazakhstan suffered external damage by objects. They got shot. Well, Catalyst, we're waiting on both China, Israel, and Trump. And there's that one more, the Iran thing now. But that will not be an executive order. Snowflake on the high again. K-Web's still going. Those plays you can make free. The puts are still clap, but maybe we get lucky on them. But other than that, at least over 100% on China plays from yesterday. And the old Babas we made free are killing it too. The cure for high prices is high prices. Amen. It is, but I am boggled, dude. It's not even boggling. It's just like sad. Because like, I don't know. It's just sad, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of you know this, but like, I just think it's really sad that like legitimately millions of Americans are reacting to something and it's just being so misrepresented. It's like not even funny. Like, again, I'll show you the other thing. Did I miss Luca? I thought it was at 9 Pacific. Oh, man. Well, I blocked someone on Twitter for it because I said don't complain, and then he complained on my Twitter, so I said I'll block you, and then I just blocked him. So that's it. If you guys don't know, I hate complainers. I think I found out what I don't like. I just hate complaining because then I turn into a complaining bitch too. So I just block and ban every complainer. That's been my new thing. I even remove you from long-term alerts. So even if you don't hear a response from me, you'll find out in a month. Yeah, it's contagious. Complaining is contagious. I hate it. I need a Ivectormin that shit or something. I don't know, but I don't know if that's approved. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all. Where is Luca?
And I are aligned, and we talk about.
No, that's not it. I thought it's at 9. Where that Lakers at? I see Lucas the Spider. Yeah. No complaining, just love, baby. Amen. Woo! Thank her so with that long term. Amen, bro. I don't know if you guys didn't see it yesterday. You know, it's like, I do that long term. Go to my Twitter, bro. I explained it. But I think a lot of you guys like tripped out yesterday. I can't believe it took some of you this long to figure it out. Are you ready? I explained this yesterday. Someone could tag it, but like, bro, I really hope you guys get this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, our long term, the small one, this was if you made $36,000 a year and you saved $3,000 of that for 4 years, 5 years. You would have your yearly salary almost. But like I said, if you're down to live in the house, you could take half of that account, $13,000, and you could turn it to a $400,000 or less multi-unit. These are all across the country. Dude, I've pulled these up so fast. You have no idea. This one's in Texas. This one's in California. These ones are on the East Coast. 3,000, 4,000 square feet, 2 houses. Bro, half of your long term, but here's the deal. Obviously, you got to pay for it. Obviously, there is more reality to it. I'm not trying to make this seem like, oh, look how easy it is. It's actually difficult, but I just want you to realize, though, you could have worked at McDonald's, $36,000 a year, saved for a little bit, let it grow in the stock market. 4 years later, you could use half of it, and you could go and purchase a $400,000 property. That means by the end of this year, off of that little $26,000, you will be controlling $413,000 of assets. Yes, you will have debt. I know. Let the taxes. I get it. I'm just saying, you went from McDonald's worker to $500,000 almost in assets in that period. When that same period, people are like, you'll never buy a house. It's impossible. You'll never. It's very good debt, and you could live in it. It's going to be where you live. If you have one unit, rent the other one. Maybe you get into Airbnb, but this is what I mean by little, long-term growing it. And again, I mean, some of you may have not thought it was possible, but, dude, by the end of it, again, you could be working part-time or minimum wage, and before you know it, small good decisions, yeah, you'll have $500,000, bro. You'll have those assets. Again, now you make 10% on $500,000 in assets. You're now making your yearly salary off of 10% than you were. Again, this is how you grow, and then it starts to compound bigger and bigger. You wouldn't even call. Well, that's the thing. The reality, if you have a job, you have good rent history, and you've already been somewhat of an adult, you will qualify for that $500,000. If not, you're 100% correctly. If you are a drug dealer, you have avoided paying taxes, you have avoided getting any sort of work or planning this future, then you have to do 20% down, 10% down if you're lucky. Then we start looking at $260,000 to $130,000. So that is the reality. But if you did work a job, you're a veteran. Even if you're a veteran, it's even easier. But you worked a job, you had some sort of planning, and then you have access to that $400K. If not, that's fine. Then you go from there. How do you make the $2K a month payment? I'm assuming if you're going to live in it, you already pay somewhere to rent. So minus that from the payment. And then I used multi-family as examples so that you could rent out the other units. So you may be able to cover it, you may not. And that's where you're going to have to, again, this is where it gets difficult in figuring out the details. Your teachers were right about selling drugs. I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, you could generate high income selling drugs, but you won't have credit. So I could get a McDonald's worker more real estate than the drug dealer. The drug dealer will need way more cash and would need way more money, whereas I could go take, Docs is dying. Amdocs down 2%. I'll check headlines. I don't see anything. Docs. Check the wire. You have it up if you see anything. Remember, dude, there was headlines coming in 10 minutes early and we missed them. But they were on the wire yesterday, so make sure you keep an eye on there. I don't see anything on Docs. Finance committee, yeah, RFK won by 1 vote. RCAP didn't get confirmed. He got through the Senate Finance. Oh, but yeah, even then that was 14-13. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. He got the finance committee. That's it. You could pay taxes. Well, you can do whatever you want. But like I'm saying, I mean, if you have a W-2 history and all that, and all I'm saying too is that this is how I would be thinking of the long term. Obviously, I made these YouTube accounts for you guys. I don't plan on selling them because I want you to see what happens. But in my real life, this is what I would be doing. You know what I'm saying? Even my first 20, 30, 40 grand, I'm always thinking real estate stocks. Especially, too, if you don't realize the gain, we made a lot of money on the long term in the last couple of years. So, if you're like, oh, I made so much money. Oh, should I sell it? It's going to go down. Oh, I opened up Twitter. I'm terrified. Just go buy a house, dude. Do you see what I'm saying? Go ahead, sell your long term to go buy a house at a good deal with hopefully increase your assets in a safer manner. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is like that's how I would be thinking right now, though. Whether you're like, oh, I should sell it, I should take my money, it's a lot, it's gone on a lot, or if you're like, wow, I could finally do this, it's just like, dude, this is when I see those numbers, I see 250K, I'm fucking shopping for a crib, dude. I see 25K, I'm shopping for a crib, dude. So I just want to give you an insight into my mind and make some of you guys realize that, dude, the opportunity is right at your fucking fingertips if you really want it, especially if you already got a long term. So I don't know, it's not a bad train of thought. TXN, pop in. Texas Instruments, 2 candles. I don't have headline. I got the move early, but no headline. I'm searching the news before play, so I'll let you guys have that one. Again, it's very small for now, but it's popping at the highs. But a lot of these chips are up. They have investor conference today. Well, it might be. It's going to fade if we don't get a big headline. Otherwise, if big headline, it'll go. We caught in the first candle. I didn't make a play. I don't see any headlines. Russia crude exports from West revised up 300,000 to 1.9 million barrels a day. Yeah, you're getting Qatar will support Lebanese institutions. You're getting some OPEC Arab stuff now. But oil's already killing it. Wait till if it comes back to like 72 and below, then that whole move will get faded. But yeah, we'll see. Can I talk you down from the ledge of wanting to sell my rentals? Nothing but problems? Yeah, I can. Here's what I would do. I would tell you the reality. If I didn't know you and you were just some random and you told me this, I would get you to sell me all of your properties. I'll show you a text I sent to Lending Tips because I saw a property on the market and I could tell that they were motivated. So I told them, I said this. I said, Lending Tips, tell them this. Tell them Donald Trump is going to ruin the economy. Or tell them California is going to go to shit. Depending on which side, I said just feel if they're a Republican or Democrat and then go ahead and play into whatever they believe because that's how I get the best deals in California. You know that? I swear to you. Some motherfuckers just like, oh my gosh, Donald Trump's going to ruin everything and they'll give me everything. Or they're like, oh my God, Gavin Newsom ruined everything. Here you go. So the reality is if you want to sell all your properties, a motherfucker like me will take all of them at whatever. Give me a good price, my brother. Otherwise, you could manage it. Or do you want a manager? I could give you a manager to just manage all of it. You're going to lose 10% off the top depending on where they're at, but that's it. Just go give it to a manager. Why are you You know what I'm saying? Don't burden yourself, because that's how I was. I used to manage a lot of my own properties, and it was a lot of work. But yeah, I have good managers if you're local, Cali. I even have some people out in different states, but if you have a majority Cali, I have a great team I could refer you to. I'm not going to make money on it. Or I have Airbnb guys as well. If you have more than one property, go rent 3 of them, 2 of them on normal, and then go Airbnb 1. You would be surprised. Mm-hmm. So yeah, don't sell your property because you're just stressed. Find out the real answer. It's probably mathematical. It doesn't have any feelings. I don't even like math, but I think that's the answer. But if you'd like me to unburden you by what has been, I gladly will. You see? But you got to think about that. There's people out, if you want to fire sell it, dude, and get rid of it, there's still people there. So you just got to plan it out. But if you have a good opportunity, a good cost basis, good taxes, I mean, just take the haircut off top and just let someone else manage it, and you'll never have to worry about it again. All right, TXN Holden, we got the move, no headline. Are we going to do any plays today? I don't know. I think oil was our news play, but I was just too late, but you guys got the jump. So, but that's it. I've been playing a lot because we've been getting opportunities, and I told you anytime after the first or second play, they're fucking shit. So I would just go for the easy ones. If there's not an easy one, get ready to do nothing, but the easy ones will just keep hitting, and that's all we need. I don't know. You tell me, but that's what I've been noticing. So I have zero rush. If you're in a rush, go find another crackhead. But I just think as long as I am sitting here aware and prepared, I'm either going to get hit in the face or I'm not. So I think I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I.e. high tickers gas and then bonds breaking out. Again, we had bad jobs day today, which helped that. Earnings plays, I've posted them all on the watch list, my brother. I put 12 plays that I think can move 2 standard deviations. So those are the ones that I would be going over. Baidu on the high, damn. This thing gapped down to the low and then came right back up. Did I choose 2? I did. I like all of them. That's why I put them on there, but you have to be here when I do them. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell you. Everything I'm punting towards the people who are here, and I believe that the ones who are locked in should get the reward of all the info. Do you not agree? Because I agree. I think it should be. Is it going to annoy you if I send too many? No, but make sure they're off market and try to add context to if you talk to the seller and the price that's attached to it. TM Flushing, that's your Nancy play. How do you find off mark? I mean, so far, ask your coworkers. That's what a lot of you guys have done, and it worked. The watch list, second link in the description. It's on the other channel. It's free $99. You don't even need a membership for it, but people like to ignore it. But it'll give you a 24-hour jump. It even had the China news scoop last night. But yeah, that's where you'll, and again, I have 12 plays on there for earnings. And then watch the 2 standard deviation. So if you are new and you really want to get a good strategy, it's in the video description of the trading fraternity. It's 2 standard deviation called Ghetto Standard Deviation. But that is a great earning strategy that a lot of people have made money on in here. All right, you had Russia crude stuff. We're chilling. Again, Bond just made the move. You could email me for the property management, and I will get that referred to you. Trading fraternity at gmail.com. I say Gilo. Jello? Gilo. Info second link. So again, I mean, if you guys go here, again, this is cost nothing. I mean, even you guys being a member, I just did the member shit to try to prove a point, then everybody just wouldn't stop bitching. So, but, you know, now that we're here, I mean, the watch list has always been for free. It's available. Go to the second link. But then if you go to the description, tutorial on pricing options. This is the earnings video. And I'm telling you, it's a very good video. 20 minutes. I think it'll make you a lot of money. And I think you'll be, at least the bar, you'll be well above your peers in terms of option strategy, especially with earnings. So yeah, check that all out. I'll copy the link for you. All right. You could watch Philo after hours. You don't need a membership. No, you can. That's available. Every Philo since I've started has been available. But if you don't care about Philo when the market's closed, you may have changed your value in that. But yeah, it's all there. I've been liking them too. You could use that strategy for anything, not just earnings, but earnings when you know the catalyst, it's very effective. And then if you do it on like a day-to-day for the SPY, it works as well. It's good knowledge. There's a way to use it for events, but broadly speaking, it'll just teach you a little bit about the option market. Ooh, what is that? Is that burpees? I don't even know. I usually know how to say names. I have no idea how to say that. Well, we had the oil one in the morning. It's crazy. The headlines hit early, and we got the little oil Iran thing, and then now we're chilling, but yeah. You want to buy a home with your dad renting it. Only thing is that if I ask them a price and get a home inspector, is that poking the bear? I mean, do they want to sell it? Have they told you any interest on selling it? Otherwise, you could just ask them and just say, hey, just say your dad is looking to buy a house now. He's finally ready and he would love to stay here. Otherwise, and ask them if they'd be open to it. That's a good way to start the conversation. Just say your dad wants to buy a house and obviously he's lived there and he wants to, he'd be open to that, but you don't have to commit too much if that makes any sense. We're going to hear Trump today. There's even the China call. That's what we also got. Apple invites new app that brings together for life special. What the fuck is this? You see this? Does anybody see this new Apple app? So weird as head. Apple invites a new app that oh, that's stupid. Apple invites. I was like, what? But yeah, Trump is we don't know the time, but he's going to speak with China today. He's going to have a presser with Netanyahu of Israel. And then there's one more, I think. And then he's going to sign a presidential memorandum on Iran, which that's the news that we got earlier. I invite. Yeah, you got, what the fuck is Apple invites, dude? That's why I read it weird, but yeah. Would you buy a property you're not cash flow positive on? If it's a good deal, if the equity and everything is on there, then yeah. Mm-hmm. Nihilist. Welcome, my brethren. It's like wedding invitations and stuff. Very interesting. Bonds are going still. No real catalyst. Again, the jobs data was low, but remember, ISM was hot. Would you buy? So, yeah, I answered that question, brother. I don't know if I did. Or did I get distracted? I think I did. But I would, if it's a good deal, I don't care if it cash flows. That's totally fine. I'm not against that. I don't know the best IPOs for 25. I don't even think that IPOs will be the what's it called? I don't know, but you're crazy, dude. I'm banning you. I'm looking at your chat facts because you have a name like Treason, so I could insinuate that you're a Trump hater, and then you think that I love Trump, even though I called his sons cokeheads too. But yeah, so but I'll answer your question, then I'm gonna ban you. But essentially, I don't think this year is gonna be about IPOs. I think it's gonna be about mergers and acquisitions. So, yeah, that's it. He said he loves Trump. I don't care. Don't spam the chat. Yeah, you guys have to have a good chat history. If I can't really think that you're genuine with your time here, I'm full Yosh mode. But if you're genuine, I would love to help you out. Amen. But yeah, I do think M&A is going to be what happens this year. Everybody, you already saw it a little bit, and then, we'll see what happens with like Lena Khan or all the FTC, but at the end of the day, it is going to be a year of mergers and acquisitions rather than IPOs, I think. You're doing way better. I banned you like 4 years ago. You like went crazy on me, and then you became my friend. I appreciate you. That's a success story right there. You got long term, we need to get you the fucking long term now. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Amen. 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 Cold baby. Wall Street Journal just dropped a video about your tin. I know hey, you'll hear it first on the watch list in this channel. Then everything gets recycled from there. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't think I'm doing anything special. I'm just spitballing in my room, but for some reason I'm early on things, so I'll just keep doing that. I'm cautiously bullish. Caution is, I don't know how many of you have heard me just like, I'm excited, but like I have been saying caution at every corner. You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling people just be prepared to be disappointed. Even yesterday with the long term, like if you're really expecting like crazy stuff down the line, like you gotta like, and you're only thinking bullish because of Donald Trump, you're gravely mistaken, and you might be, you might get clapped on it. So, yeah, that's something where it's interesting when it's all said and done, but yeah, I hope that is. Caution is just, that's all I think a lot of long-term opportunity. Even before Trump, I believed in that, in the diversification and whatever happens. But when it's all said and done, just be cautious. Like I'm saying, I feel like we lived a couple of years and like motherfuckers made caution look bad. Like that's it. Y'all loved caution until 2020 and Dogecoin hit. I promise you, I got crucified, bro. I never thought in my life people would get mad at me for like getting them Bitcoin and Ethereum at the fucking bottom and then telling them to be cautious on meme coins. And then when I find a presidential meme coin and we hit it at the lowest price possible, then they get mad. I never thought that. And it just goes to show, like I said it the other day, like some of you right now, I promise you, we're hitting these news plays. You're getting the long term. If the market goes crazy in 3 years, hear me out. Some of you, if you are not on a mature scale, you are going to hate me for the words that I am telling you now. I promise you. I was naive to this, but I've learned it through experience. I was a naive little kid thinking that everybody was like, oh, they'll be happy if you help. Like, I don't know, man. Like, oh, they'll be, no. I promise you. I don't mean this out of like animosity in my heart either. Do you guys get it? I'm not saying this like bitching. Like, please understand that. I'm saying this so that some of you can elevate your financial game right now and really decide and make up your mind. Do you want to go risk on, or are you going to be cautious? But don't be fucking mad when the market goes in a certain speed and then that choice you made today either is going to look very genius or very dumb. Are you guys... Like, are you following me? Like, are you getting me with what I'm saying? Because that is unfortunately what happened with Dogecoin. I told a lot of people, again, we got Bitcoin at 10,000, Ethereum at $300, but when I was telling people be cautious of GameStop, be cautious of Dogecoin, even the market when we're going one deposit at a time, small account, 6 months later, something people were really mad at, and they're like, why did you tell me to go slow? And then you're going to be like, you were the guy in my head. Why did I listen to this stream every day? It was telling me to be cautious. I should have been greedy. Look at all the greedy people got rewarded. If I just with this, then it's not going to be good. So I'm just telling you that's going to happen in this future. You need to decide what you want, though. That's fine. Like, I'm patient, clearly. And you know what ends up happening? I could be wrong for a little bit, but, down the line when a couple of things move my way, I usually like it. So you got to decide what you want to do. Are you guys following? I mean this out of love. I don't hold anything against y'all. I take it as a learning lesson. I don't know if you view how I'm discussing it right now. I just think I grew a lot and learned from it. I'm not really mad at anybody. If anything, I'll be mad at myself. But it's like, that is something now where I'm like, hey, okay, I see other things and I see different opportunities, but this is something that I think I need to prepare you guys on right now. Whatever decision you make, you got to really be comfortable with it in the future. So if I'm saying be small, be cautious, and then shit goes crazy and you're going to regret it and crash out because of that, you should ask yourself if that's your personality. Otherwise, you make your decision now and be comfortable with it. And you have to be comfortable missing out while everybody runs past you. You know why? Because you're going to drive past them really slow when everybody has crashed. And you're going to do that for your whole life, back and forth. They speed by you, you catch up. They speed by you, you catch up. Or do you want to be the guy who speeds up and then you pull the ripcord at the perfect time? That's up to you. I don't care. But I'm telling you, you have the information in advance. Don't get mad at me for telling you. You got to prepare. And maybe you will get mad, and I'm already preparing that. So at the end of the day, though, like I'm saying, if you want to align with caution and risk management, you got to stick it through or you're going to get pissed. Otherwise, you better figure out what the fuck you want to do, find your balance, and if you are going to do anything not safe, my brother, you better have a budget, because that's the only thing that'll be a ripcord if everything else fails. I promise you. So, yeah, and there it is. So I hope y'all feel me on that, but because like I'm saying, I think we could I see a lot of opportunity. We could go cautiously, but I am taking... I'm going to be cautious. And if the market goes aggressive and I'm excited that it will happen, I'm still cautious to the point where I'm not going to be mad if it goes crazy, goes up, and then I'm like, oh, no, and then let's FOMO everything and chase it. No. So you got to make up your mind now. And if you could do that and stick to that plan, make your plan today and stick to it, I really think you're just going to be fine. Most people, though, they love the plan in the beginning, but then like halfway through they change it. That's where you're going to probably get clapped, So I really hope this helps. And I mean, 5 years of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I've got to see a lot. And I really now, I hope it could prepare y'all even more. So be smart, be wise. But if you choose calm, you choose caution. Don't be mad if it wasn't cautious. You know what I'm saying? Stick it out through the long term and vice versa. No, you did. We all learned a lot, but you didn't learn a lot to do nothing. So you're here right now. That's what I'm saying, man. You could prepare for the next one, and I think you already have a lot of opportunity, but, take the emotions out of it. Make your decision now and just know your challenges that you're going to deal with. And like I said, be prepared to get disappointed. And although I am optimistic and I believe in certain things for the mid and long term, that may not happen. And there may be some bad things, but I'm not going to be in a position where I'm mad either way. And you got to set yourself up for whatever you're okay to handle. Why I didn't include Uber? Because I put it on the video the day before. That's why I mentioned it there. But I like Uber a lot. And then it already moved up, though, so I might not be able to play it after this morning because it's up 2%. But I do like, I already mentioned it the day before, yeah. I do. That's why I think you could do both. You get a long-term and separate it from every single option and then just set a balance for your trading account. That's it. And at the end of the day, after a couple of years, you have a long-term, you still have something to show for your time. So when everybody in your family asks you what you're doing, yeah. Maybe your trades are up. Maybe they're down. I don't know. Maybe you got the Bitcoins or not, but at the end of the day, 4 years from now, if you have a long term and anybody in your family asks you about that little trading thing, you could hopefully show them a stock account that has done well because you were able to benefit off of it and take advantage of it. So yeah, just separate your options and long-term accounts and you'll be fine. Your wife hates the market but respects the long term. Bro, Tim, I think your memes are top tier. You've been a great contribution to this community. But I am so fucking hyped on your long term. Everything else gets me hyped, you know? Well, oh my gosh, bro. Tim Whitman with a fucking long term is amazing. And I saw it. I'm like, no fucking way. Dude, yeah, because Tim lagged, bro. I'm sorry, Tim. I have to give him the good and the bad. But, like, bro, Tim lagged on that shit, bro. He got a 3-year badge. That wasn't a 3-year long term, is all I'm telling you. He lagged on that shit. And I don't know what the fuck happened that one day where Tim was like, I'm going to get this fucking long term. And his long term is bigger than my YouTube long term now. And I'm like, so yeah, that got me really fucking hyped, bro. Yeah, he would even like paper trade the long term. I was like, damn it, just get the fucking long term, Tim. And then he did it. And now it's amazing. So I love it. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Thune will vote on Bondi nomination later Tuesday. Trump reportedly taps Yared Rule to Council of Economic Advisors. And then Pfizer CFO has capacity to do business development deals in 10 to 15 billion range. Oh, Pfizer's going to acquire somebody? So that sounds like... Yeah, bro. So just get it. That's what I'm telling y'all. If Tim Whitman is just another... That's a reminder there. Tim didn't get here early. Tim didn't buy everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just started it eventually. And now, before you know it, it's years in, and then that's it. So, long term. It was Wells Fargo. Bro, the banks are weird today. Yeah, you did call that. I missed that Wells Fargo one. But Wells Fargo, but then JPM and the other ones getting clapped. Turns your retirement 20 over the past 5 years. Amen. I see it all, man. That's it. I just want people, just show me, man. Keep it. These next 5 years, I want y'all to get the best you could be. And keep it. No more nonsense. Y'all run it on your own will. Let's get you guys some fucking cribs. It's all possible. I was yelling at these motherfuckers 3 years ago. They're like, I'll never buy a house. And I was telling you, it's a down payment. It's a down payment. I'll never buy, bro. We could get some of y'all $500 million real quick. Y'all would be surprised. But that's what I like to see, man. But I do want, I don't know, more verbs, less words, as Uncle says. Action. And let's go, baby. TXN is CFO and dividend increase. That's why we got the pop. I guess you got the headline. So whoever said they were at a conference, you were correct. You're going to buy me one next? Hey, man, God willing. I'm down. What did David Sachs say? I thought he was going to be live, but I haven't heard much from him. I heard Senator Thune. That's about it. How to qualify? You qualify through either making a company and paying yourself or getting a job, or even without it, like I said, we could get you, even if you have no credit, you could get a loan. It's going to be less favorable terms, and you're going to need a higher down payment. But it's possible. Again, I mean, even then, just even in this last year, bro, I think there's been probably 20 or so Chads ranging from 20 years old to like 40 who have just purchased their first home, and they have been using their long terms. So it's, you know, it's there. I just, like I said, I mean, I will give you a realistic look. I know it's possible, and I know it's attainable. Anybody telling you the contrary hates you. They really do. They don't give a shit, or maybe they're ignorant to the market and finance and what is possible. You know what I'm saying? But the process is hard. A lot of paperwork, figuring out the loan, qualification, finding the right property. Those are the hard things. That's fine, but you save money, you get the down payment, you're going to have access to loans or assets to take advantage of. And that is what you should be doing. So, yeah, I'm down. You always email me, or again, that's what most people have done. They said, Josh, I'm offering on this house, or I'm in escrow. Do you think it's a good deal? And I will tell you, don't buy that house, or yeah, you're in the right track. Because some people wanted to buy a house. They're sending me the most expensive house, and they just fall in love. They're like, ooh, I want a nice kitchen. I'm like, no, you're not gonna. That's not a good investment. You know, even if you do want to live in it. So that's really what it comes down to. But get that long term, get those savings. If you want easier loans, you need a W-2. If not, you're gonna need higher savings, and you could still get a property. I think Pfizer is because of many things. There was comments by senators, then you had RFK, and then the CFO pretty much insinuated that they could spend 10 to 15 billion on acquisitions this year. And again, their cash flow is already hurting. Neo price cut. Send a house. If it's not a real deal, just respectfully don't waste my time. Because that's what I'm saying. There's people who are actually in deals. So that's why I don't really like to email hypotheticals. You would need a year and a half or 2 years of W-2 usually. Again, even if you make your own business, you just make a corporation and start paying yourself. That's another way if you're self-employed. You just got to prepare and do this. Best advice for a 25-year-old, make 30 an hour and start a long-term. Keep growing the long-term. Save aggressively until you could get a house, and then hopefully you'll have an opportunity to get a house, have a long-term, and still have income and hopefully increase it. That's it. Now just grind. You put in a couple of years of grinding, saving, and investing. Before you know it, you're going to have an exponential rally to the next wave, and then you'll do that for the next 5 years. And then you'll keep cycling that till you are finished. Zilla, are you pre-approved, and are you have financing, and do you know that property's in your budget? Would you tell people to do options? I like options trading. I think too, it's going to be tricky, but if you're here and you got a little options account, if we get the right headlines, it'll be awesome. But if you're putting more money in options than the long term, you are a gambler. You are not going to walk away 5-10 years from now excited. Okay? Simple as that. If you have a budget on short term and you treat it like gambling, and you're like, hey, it's a small amount, I'm not going to go overboard, and I still have money to commit to assets that will hold it for me, then yeah, then you'll be good. But that's all you got to do. I'm not against options. I have started waves of options. I have created tutorials before a lot of people, and I'm both impressed and sad for what I've done to options in my career. But at the end of the day, I like it. I'm not against it. But sadly, the discipline and the budgeting is where most people have a problem. And if you don't have a long term, just sadly, it's a waste of time. It really, really is. Because you'll have times where you'll do very well and not. But if you never pull it out to put it to something good, it's just not like, it's going to be hard to walk away with a big amount 5 years. I've walked away with money. I still got money from options, and I'll do good on trades, but like 90% of people to walk away with good guaranteed money, your long-term is going to do that. Again, I don't think anybody's mad that they got a long-term. We could all find options that we loved and hated, So I'm not telling you be a little bitch and stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you need a budget, and that's what I'm saying. Over the years, sadly, I've just learned that people will watch me buy Meta at $90 for the long term and turn like $1,500 into $14,000 forever, and they will ignore that, and they will hyper focus on my $100 option play and keep doing those. And then for 5 years though. And that's where I've just noticed there's just like, it's so much easier. Options are shinier than the long term. It's way easier to focus on the shiny. Does that make sense? I don't have a problem with it. I really don't, but it's just sad that it's just very easy to walk away with nothing. And especially if you're only a couple years into the game, it just, a lot of people, you guys are going through my life. That's what I realize it, and I didn't, and I do. Does that make sense? I've been in your shoes, motherfucker. I started with long term. And then I was like, oh, penny stocks. Oh, options. Oh, but the thing is, I had the long term. And like I said, any time after success and failure, I always was going back to the long term, and that shit was just fucking growing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure that out. But that's where I'm like, a lot of times most people don't realize it. And that's why I'm like, you want to own stock, still trade options, because whatever happens with the options, you want to still make sure that you had money, you didn't lose it, and it grew with everything. Yeah, Trump Super Bowl headlines are circulating again. I sell my long-term when I want to buy something of more value. A house, a business, and it makes sense to do so. So how are you going to play Google? I'm going to ban you. That's my play. After that whole entire talk, that's your answer. I'm not here to give any of y'all fucking plays no more. Do whatever you want. Go buy stream alerts, and then you might get a play. I don't know. See how I feel that day. But other than that, I'm not fucking... Get a fucking long term. Y'all get a long term. You, again, some of you already probably made money on the info, but like I'm saying, that's where it's at. I do sell covered calls on the long term. It's different. It's not like, but I wouldn't speculate on options to profit. He's made me buy. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Telling you. Failure, success. Best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is today. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it's not sexy. It's slow, all of it, but you can still trade options on the side. But you just got to budget now and make sure you don't walk away with nothing. And we will be here so that you don't walk away with nothing. Because, again, I could find you 3,000 people through the last 5 years of craziness. They did not walk away with nothing. And that's what we got to do. Mix it in with news plays and mix it in with info. You see what I'm saying? But, again, that's going to require a lot out of you. So make sure you are up for the challenge. Otherwise, don't fall for the allure of the sirens. What rule did he broke? The same one you did, trying to be cute. I don't even think that's a rule. I think it's very disrespectful. Y'all waste people's time and you give a terrible experience for everybody else. Y'all know what you're doing. You even knew what you asking with that comment. I see. This is a dictatorship. Welcome to the cult. Worst case, you're going to get very good information in the long term. That's it. Yes, Bob. Oh, we got to... Is it? We might have to get rid of them plays then. No. Baidu, all of them are doing good. Learn the hard way. Well, listen, dude, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, but if things go good, your long term is going to be great. If everything goes down and like it gets very wild, don't be a crybaby. You're going to be able to buy the best stocks you wanted for really cheap, maybe even a house. So I'm excited for both ways, but again, just make sure you are ready for all of that. And then don't be disappointed if it goes too fast or too slow and then you start FOMOing. That's kind of what we just chopped up right now. Royal Caribbean raised to investment grade by S&P. Has anyone banned? Yeah, I just told you that Leviathan. He was really rude to me. And I would ban 10 of his accounts. He would email me. He would I think I blocked his Instagram. And then, I don't know, a year later, we just became friends. So, yeah. It's very chill. I like him. I think he's a good guy. I'm not your enemy, bro. I promise you, some of you will realize, I don't know what news you consume or the weird info, but Some of you will never know this truth, but some of you will realize one day, I'm not your enemy. I'm probably one of the best friends you could ever have at times. So I hope I could do that, and God bless you. Coffee, it's already up, but I think it's just Tariff front runs. I do like UPS. Amazon, too. Amazon and Google today for earnings. Zelensky and Yermak have call with U.S. security advisor. I don't know. SPY going up. A positive Ukraine headline would be bullish. Tradingfraternity@gmail.com. That is my email. Yeah, I don't know. People talked about Zelensky stuff earlier. That would be good, but I think that's too soon. So, again, you got a Zelensky comment. I mean, market is just going up with it. But, again, bonds have recovered. Everything. Everything is actually doing very, very well. I don't know if employment – I thought jobs were going to be strong because of the ISM. The Jolts were terrible today. But I don't think it's going to be the Trump data. But, I mean, you never know. We day trade, swing trade, every trade, and then you have a separate long-term on the side that you never trade in. You hold for a minimum of 10 years. If you do that, you're going to take full advantage of the stock market. If not, you're going to be lopsided at some point in the future, which is very simple. You could do whatever you want trading. Just make it a separate account with a separate budget, and then you have another account that you add to every month that you buy and hold for a 10-year minimum. That's it. AMD breaking out. They've been doing good. Again, chips have recovered. Even Qualcomm. I'm looking at Qualcomm. If you don't know, Qualcomm has some of the craziest like China exposure for any of that other stuff. But yeah, they're all doing good. I think everybody but Intel. Even Intel's at break even. Baba up. Again, we have the K-Webs. We made those free. Those are still up, 130. Let me check. I like Elf. I don't like the price, but I like the company a lot. It just, we had that stock at like $10. So I wouldn't buy it here. I thought, when does Baba report? Because everyone kept saying it's like the next day and then this day. I thought they already reported. It says February 6th. Yeah, everybody has a different ass date for Baba. And then SPY near the high again. Got some Ukraine stuff. Chip makers are moving up. Snap, a couple of pre-earnings like AMD. High tickers gassing, though. And then we are 2 minutes after Euro close. So high of the day around there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, earnings. I'll go with Mosby. Mosby has seniority. He says the, 16th or 13th? Yeah, the 13th before market. Was I in Palantir? Please make it, let the record show. I owned Palantir the first minute it was ever on the stock market, ever in history. So yes, India's oil minister says received Russia's Sergei Tislev, Minister of Energy, today. Did I keep it? Are you asking a question you know the answer to? Yes or no? And be honest. And if some of you were wondering why other people would get clapped, you should ask yourself, you're a liar. You've been here the whole time. You already heard me cover it. I don't like that. You've been smart. You've added great comments, and you acted dumb on the easiest one. But you did all that smart guy shit ahead of it. So you know the answer. Don't play me. No, we talked about him. I hate hymns. I think hymns is terrible. But last time I said that, anytime I say it's terrible, it goes up too. So, good luck. Don't get him started. Please don't get Hardmin's dude started. All right. Was this how you remembered his names? Yeah, that was the guy's name, though. I remember. Right when you said it, I was like, damn, how did you? I'm like, no, I remember, too. That's funny. All right, well, you got Euro close. Luca presser in 30 minutes? Hell yeah. Woo! Ingrained in my brain. I can't wait for that. Again, watch INDA. Like we had it up earlier. We were talking about it. India. No, where's oil? Luca Donic is going to be live with the Lakers. We're going to listen to it. If I know it's not the scope of the stock market, so if you guys aren't going to want to listen to that with me live, inform me now so I can make a private stream. Because, again, that's what I've done with everything that everyone doesn't like if it's not stock related. So if you don't want that, just let me know now so I could prepare in advance. Luca, I really want to watch it. Yeah, I see we need it. It's a good reaction, bro. Amen. No, I feel you. I want to listen too. Yeah, thanks. See, now we're on the same page. Woo! I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited. You want me to do a private stream? I think you just hate everybody in here, so I banned you. Next. Anybody else? Don't worry, you guys. There's been a lot of pain, I know, with memberships, but just like trade policy, it's going to be really clean in here in the next 45 days. You got that, right? So thank you for dealing, and thank you for your tolerance. It does not go unnoticed. I promise you. Promise you. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You're going to have the best gated community you've ever seen. You're going to have no, you'll see. I'm clapping. I have. I've clapped over 100,000 people in my career on YouTube. No exaggeration. So yes, I don't give a shit. Thank you. All I ask is you stay in the game, get a long term, and if you're ready to work, I'm ready to work. If you're not ready to work, I could probably tell. Nope, there's a stat. There's a stat, bro. And like I said, I've lost in my whole YouTube career. Every day I've had a large realized profit. Those are the days that I lose the most amount of subscribers. And we're talking like 10 standard deviations. It's not even like a fluke. It's like straight up like, oh, man. Yeah, bro. Miami got it, 400, got it for 3. Yeah, email me. Football. The Luca trade is wild. I said it, though. You got to go look at my Twitter. I'm not going to piss everybody off. Just go. You know what I'm saying? This earnings account, or the long term, we have a multiple. We have a $200 one for my sister. She's liberal, so she never raises the savings amount. That's on her. And then we have the YouTube account that I've showed you with the 26,000. And then it's been 300 a month. And then you have the big account at like $3,000 a month. So I made every size so it's scalable. Like I said, we did it for YouTube. That's why I said, like, if this was real life, I would probably be selling that bitch and buying a house, depending on if I found a deal, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna keep them there for you guys. But you know, we have every scale: small account late, small and early, and then big account semi-early. But yeah, we started the YouTube account I think with $500 or $200, and then it was $200 a month, and then every year we raised the deposit till we got to $300. So yeah, it is. It's every scale. That's why the small account is just outperforming, because we have some better plays in there, and we add a smaller amount. But like, here's the thing, motherfuckers haven't realized: like, the big account, we add a lot of money. So every month we add money, we have to perform another percent, or we fall behind. Because now your gains are getting bigger and bigger, or your account is bigger, so the gains are being divided by the size. Don't forget that. But yeah, if you do look at all the accounts, though, you see the scalability. You could do what I am telling you to do, whether you made $10,000 or you made $1 million. It still works. You see what I'm saying? Am I still doing long-term alerts? I am. They're free for now. For now, like I said, just we'll see how things go. I want people focused. I don't like complaining, but you got 2 things for free for now. If people don't want them, they will not be free in the future. It's called the Watchlist and free long-term alerts. So if you have ears to hear, I hope you take advantage of them as soon as possible, and make sure that you appreciate them and use them. And that's all you got to do. But yeah, we do have them for free, every single play. All right. On X? No, what do you mean? Breaking on the wire? Good call. What do we got? Oh, like I said, if you see anyone that has like a little marker on top, call it out. It's the 42-week bills. Again, a headline on Trump. How do you feel? I feel terrible. So sad today. I'm so sad, man. I hope you subscribe because of my sadness. But I don't want to tell you the other part. What are your eyes on? I asked my wife. She said Estee Lauder irrelevant. I like Estee. I didn't buy it. I liked it at 60, but right now UPS, but I'm still a little bit more worried about everything. Elf is expensive. I don't know, let it go to 62. I know it may be irrelevant, but they got it. I don't know. I still think it's an OG. Tariffs could hit UPS. That's why, I mean, they're already clapped, though. I wonder how much is already priced in. But I think UPS and Hershey's, those are my favorite for now. But I do want growth. So I don't know what growth stock I would take, though. Maybe if NVO comes down, because it's came back to the price. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Dell's too much. Financials. I mean, it's just struggling, yeah. I don't think it's good for now, but I don't think the company is going to disappear. So that's why, I mean, obviously, though, the longer we wait, it's either going to bottom out or get a lot cheaper. Next levels are between like 180. So, but it is a name I like. I mean, what can Brown do for you, brother? I'm not. I know the company. That's one thing I could always live on. Palantir coming down. SPY's dropping a little. No headlines. Again, be on the lookout if you do see it. Citi on the low now? What, dude? These banks are wicked. Citi was the only one up earlier. Oh, I like Intel. Yeah, no. Intel is one of the growth. That's the growth name that's cheap still. So I'm still kind of down with Intel. I'm not going to lie to you. I just don't like, what is this? Is this considered a quadruple bottom? That's 5 bottoms, dude. What is that? Can I get a technical person in here? Is it a cinco bottom? What is that called? Cinco penta bottom? Is that apple bottom? That's terrible. It actually might be. It doesn't happen. I don't know. Why do I got a feeling ain't none of y'all have anything for this? I feel, never mind. That was a bad question on my part. I just asked, that's like me asking the horoscope crystal girls about, I was like, what does it mean if I was born in May? And y'all just gave me hella different answers. I'm like, y'all just making this shit up, huh? The fuck? Y'all ain't never seen a 5-time bottom then? That's what it is? White House is preparing executive order. Yeah, that was from yesterday. I think Intel is just a bad company, the management, but I think I said it this morning. Do you guys want me to? I'm very biased. I own a lot of shares. I want to be the CEO, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt, okay? But would you like my tinfoil on Intel that happened this morning? I have a good one. I already said it to the guys in the morning. So if you guys don't know, I'm starting 30 minutes earlier, but that's just for a Pledge of Allegiance. So you guys, some of you weren't there. So here it is. This morning, China, one of Palantir's VPs is attending RCAT meetings. That's going to just be a pump play. It's good info. But here's the deal. Are you ready? China investigated Google in response today. Meta won't sign EU's AI code of practice. I think that's bullish because then that means they're not going to lose money on that, but I don't know what the EU will do to them. So, yeah. But, long story short, China went after companies this morning in response to the tariffs. One of the companies they went after this morning was Intel. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my tinfoil. Why the fuck is China mentioning Intel? No one in America even cares about Intel. Sir, every single one of you hates Intel. What do you mean? You're like, well, they're not even competent. Why would they even mention them? So my tinfoil is China snitched on Intel. But I own a bunch of shares and I'm biased as hell. Thank you. Not a recommendation. I will call to see if I could become CEO right now. Let's see. I think it's a perfect segue. Who can I be today? Thank
you for calling Intel. Please select from the following options. If you call is transferred to an Intel operator.
Intel operator.
Do you think we'll ever be friends? I just wanted to know. I just was trying to throw the olive branch out there, but nah. He thought about it, and then he hung up. But I guess. This is sad, bro. This strategy works with women. You guys know that? Don't be like a creepy, but I'm just saying, any girl I've called this many times is at least way nicer to me than this Intel dude, bro. It's bullshit. And I look like a lizard. This is not fun. Why can't he just be my friend? I'm going to try again. I thought I was sincere. That wasn't the fuck. I'm trying to build rapport with my future employees. We got to start somewhere. Did Josh admit to being a creeper? Maybe. Send me your girl's Instagram. Let's find out. So we'll see. Always willing to put it to the test. All right. Roach wins FDA of Suzasmo diabetic. What is it? Which one's which? Yeah, of Susvimo diabetic macular edema. You got to level with him. I don't want to be mean to him. You want me to? I'll be like, listen, man, I'm the C. I could just bring out Yash and I could really explain the situation to him, but I don't think that. I don't want to be mean. I don't know, but I like Intel for the long term still. That's the one. It really did pop on the phone call and then drop when they hung up. That's funny. Yeah, then again, Roche, foreign stock, they just got a diabetic thing and approval. Everyone is sitting in wait. Like I said, it's just one day on, one day off, green light, red light. But again, this morning, they slipped that oil headline in real quick, and then now we're going to kind of wait, but we still don't have the China stuff. So there's still a little bit of things that are kind of, lurking around. Even if they don't pay a dividend. Yeah, it's growth. I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe Intel might become more important in the future. But again, they've managed the company like shit. They don't even have a CEO. Y'all keep you guys think it's funny that I'm trying to be the CEO? But you guys should really start asking yourself at this moment, why haven't they have a CEO? How have they had 2 earnings and no CEO? What are we talking about right now? So there's a lot of things that are not going good with that company. Oh, David, he's doubling up again. Amen. Wow. Thank you, my brother. Shout out all the chads, all the donos, all the members today. Good dude. He's helping y'all out. That's it. Because of David, now during Philo, I'm still going to have a member say, talk about stocks. You know that happened yesterday. That's the funniest part. Do you guys know it still happens? Yeah, I'm being dead serious. I'm like, fuck. So, yeah, that is the funny part. So I'll look forward to that opportunity. I could do great things for Intel. I'm not even kidding. I could at least double it. I promise you. I will double it, and I could probably get all of the veteran houses paid for the next 4 years. You know that, right? I promise you. I could throw that into my CEO. That's what I would do. I wouldn't take... They don't feel me, bro. They don't feel me. I guarantee if you put me as CEO of Intel, I think I could pay for the vets too. Yes. They don't get it. I'm telling you, as like an American history, do you guys not realize how much of a behemoth Intel is? It's, again, are they doing good now? No, the current management is dog shit. I'm just saying, though, it's like actually, it's kind of mind-blowing how poor this company has been managed. But, like, it's a sleeping giant or it's a fallen angel. But either way, yeah, bro, it's like, it's way more advanced than Xerox. But they're terrible. Terrible. That's why I'm like, dude, we could easily double it. Like, it's not. We have a lot to work with. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to work with. Greenland PM proposes election to be held on March 11th. All right, SPY's been coming down ever since Euro closed. Last like 20 minutes, we've been selling off. What would be my first priority? Saving money, obviously, and then copying NVIDIA and AMD because we're already that big. And then it may sound funny, but I would take a book out of Elon's book page or page out of Elon's book, and I would have a Squid Game likes competition for the current employees. From the board of directors to the lowest level, it would be like Squid Games mixed with Beast Games. And if you don't have any good ideas, you're fired. And then that's it. If you have the best ideas and it's not like some idea from 20 years ago, then boom, you're going to get promoted. You're going to fucking run that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then anybody else, they're like, oh, let's do what we did 5 years ago. I'm going to kick them in the kneecaps. Not physically, because we don't endorse violence like that, but a metaphorical kneecap kick. And then we're going to proceed. And then from there, I think I saved like 20 billion by that point. I don't know. I have to run the numbers again, but there's a lot of billions to be saved there. I would eliminate all stock-based compensation, and it would only be tied to performance goals with shipments and deliveries. That right there, what the fuck? That's it. That's our $50 a share right there, brother. So yeah, I could do. That's just a couple off top, but I have fell behind on my planning. You know, there is clear limitations to my ability to run it as CEO, which I discovered after Trump coin, but still, I still think we could do a lot. Is top line or bottom line more important? They're both more important. I'm not going to play a dumb game of trying to game investors and balance sheets. We need everything. The best way to get out of something is make more money. So we need to make more revenue and we have to keep more revenue. So top and bottom line are both there, and margins. So yeah, no, I think that's probably what got them into this mess, is trying to play a game of top. No, we need more money. We need more money and we need to keep more of it. Get more money in, let less of it go out the door. That's it. Give me a year. It's all you need, baby. All you need. So no dividend? Not for now, no. Maybe later as like a birthday gift. But you already suffered, so why would I give you the dividend now? I'm just saying, we've already gone through the pain. I might as well get these cost buildings up, you know? We don't know when Trump, we know he's going to speak today, but there's not any confirmation. U.S. government is sued over removal of websites containing broad range of health-related data. Lawsuit names U.S. Department of Health and Human Services FDA, CDC, and office personnel and management as defendants. This like reminds me of Donald Trump. You remember when Donald Trump lost and then he kept like suing everybody? You know? And then everyone's like, haha, you lost. Now I just feel like everyone's trying to sue because I'm like, wait a minute. Dude, you spent more than the membership. You just click join, be a member, bro. It says join. I feel bad. He just donated the membership to ask me how to get the membership. I didn't want that to happen, but yeah, you just press join, bro. I'm sorry. I wish YouTube made it easy. I thought it was easy. Are you guys ready? It's live. Luca. Been a double member. Ha Don't even get me started, man. My man, I love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, they're playing music. I'm watching this. I need to see Luca, yeah. Worse than KD to War. This is the worst trade I've ever. I think this set a standard. I'm telling you, bro. It's not even like. It's like a next level of just. It's the worst deal I've ever witnessed in any capacity to any sort of business dealing. And the fact that this is kind of represents like 100 to 200 million of value. Yeah, it's terrible. That's terrible. I know some people, people, you guys have hit me up. You have showed me good reasons to why this is a good deal. And I could definitely see the other side of the coin. You know, AD is a top tier defender, bro. And it works in it's like communism, bro. Anthony Davis on paper with that squad without Luca, it works. You know what I'm saying? But it's communism. It's not even I don't know if that's gonna, but either way, you just traded a 25-year-old Kobe. This guy, he just bought a $15 million house in Dallas a couple weeks ago. Y'all, I can't believe it. Dude, he's a young generational talent. And you just traded him away for an old dude who is great in the paint, but still. That's insanity, bro. Or maybe he doesn't have the Kobe mentality. But he's 25 years old, bro. Listen, I would have cut him at 28. Once he started dating a couple of these Instagram hoes, you know what I'm saying? And once he really got the weight up and turned into Zion, then I would have dumped his ass. And maybe we would have got less for it, but I would have taken at least 3 more years of Luca. What's wrong with y'all? This is insane. He's married. That didn't stop Kobe. Oh, yeah, I said it. What? That's our problem. We treat politicians like athletes now. As long as motherfucker put the ball in the hoop, we forgot about it all. But all of us don't even. Anyways. But yeah. I love Kobe Bryant. I love him. You know that, right? I love Kobe Bryant. But he got some crazy allegations. Mamba mentality, baby. I don't care. I just know too much, man. I just know too much history. Mm-hmm. Why are you playing that? I don't know. Let's see. Well, that's other things. Rubio says going to cooperate with Costa Rica, see how it could involve DEA and FBI to investigate drug smuggling. with a $15 million rental. No, he wanted to live there, dude. I don't get why y'all dumped him like that. Fed Bostic, if not for housing, we might already be at 2% inflation. Hold on, a bunch of Bostic. Stable housing has many benefits, including for Fed policy. And then Azerbaijan said the plane in December was hit by a surface-to-air missile. General Motors buys full ownership of Cruise. I don't know. Check if who owns it? Was that Uber or Lyft? I think it was Lyft, right? But yeah, that's coming out now. DE reaching tariff announcement price. It was owned by GM. Well, it says they buy the full ownership of Cruise. Somebody had a stake in it. This was all planned. They placed Doncic to get the it's a terrible plan. I don't know. But then again, Zion Williamson. Like, imagine if you traded Zion before he went downhill. He would have been like, come up. Luca's overweight. I mean this respectfully. You know what I'm going to say. Not even going to finish that sentence, but I think you know the clapback. If you want to tell me about Luca being overweight? Anybody? You don't want to tell me about this freak athlete and his physical condition right now? Okay. There he is. Look it. Dude, he looks so sad. I can't help. Every time I look at Luca in any of these video appearances, he looks like a dude who just broke up with his girlfriend and has to like act like he likes being single.
Good morning.
Look at him though. I feel for him though.
Talking about the young man
like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, so happy to be here. Oh, let's turn up.
Max Christie.
Oh,
and Anthony Davis.
Look at him no!
For their incredible service here.
He's like, I wonder what she's doing right now in Dallas.
Played as big a role to our 17th championship.
I knew I shouldn't have sent that.
Also a person.
Why did I even want that beer? I didn't even want the beer that bad.
Life and just want to thank him before we start.
Yeah, bro. He looks super sad.
Nope. So, in thinking about today and what it means, I think Luca Donic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history.
I don't know how we went from Bronny James to fucking Luca, but I love it.
The reason I say that is because we have a 25-year-old global superstar that's going to get on the stage of the most popular and influential basketball brand on the globe. And I think when those two powerful forces come together, it brings basketball joy to the world, because that's how Luca plays. He plays with joy. And if you think about kids in Barcelona or kids in Buenos Aires or children in Shanghai or Sydney, they're going to be wearing a number 77 Luca Donic Lakers jersey and bringing joy to basketball just like he does. And that's why it's powerful.
Yeah, there's
I think
no
the
joy.
Leadership of
this is sad.
Adam
I'm
Silver
sad.
And the way he's bringing
I feel
the
so
game
bad for him.
to the world. You see it in Europe.
This is the most un-Texas thing
Africa,
Texas has
what
ever
the
done.
NBA is doing.
You know that, Texas?
And now we have one of the game's
Why would you give this to us?
biggest superstars.
This is insane.
An international player coming to join the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a convergence of all those forces. And I think it's going to be something incredibly special that the NBA and basketball has never seen before. So to get to this place, there's a couple people I want to thank.
I want to thank everybody at Nestle.
First and foremost is
shout out to
Judy
everybody
Buss.
at Budweiser. Thank you for doing the subtle work.
So supportive. I think her vision, which falls in line with
that extra beer and 10 pounds
Dr. Buss,
was enough to make the difference.
Make sure the brightest and best basketball superstars play for the Los Angeles Lakers. She's clearly carried that vision on from her dad, and I just want to thank her for her tremendous support and vision in helping this day become a reality.
No, dude, for real.
The second person I want to thank
Y'all
is
just
anytime
handed
there's a
fucking
trade or a
Thanos the
transaction,
Infinity
there has
Stone,
to
and
be
I'm
a
so
partner.
confused.
And I want
Like,
to
here,
thank
Lakers.
the Dallas Mavericks.
Here's Luca.
Led
Just
by
give us
their
whatever you
GM,
got.
Nico
That's
Harrison,
fine.
Who was also very instrumental in bringing this opportunity to
man.
us, and then staying true to the negotiations throughout, where it could be culminated with the trade.
Bro, he ain't
being
even sitting with his
finalized
chest to the sun.
and, Luca Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris becoming members of
Bro,
our
I
team.
swear, when
So,
this is over, he's going to go through his
wanted
camera
to thank
roll
those two
and just
people.
look at
And
all
that
the
was our
old
question.
Dallas pictures, bro. This is sad. I don't...
Hey, Luca, there's a video the Lakers put out the other day of that you noticed somebody was talking to you in Slovenian during a game in 2019. It's Kobe, and you turn around, you have the moment with him after the game. And just think of how do you go from that to then now joining the Lakers with LeBron James?
Oh, I love
and just thinking of
Kobe.
the legacies of those
So
two players
excited.
and you having the chance to be the next one.
Well, first of all, I remember the exact moment that happened. It will always stay, in my mind. It was an amazing moment. Just for Kobe to know my name was amazing for me. And, I just wish Kobe and Gigi were here.
I promise. Listen,
to
I know
see
there's
this
at least
moment.
like one racist Republican in here.
I'm excited
This
about
has
this new
nothing to
jersey-
do with the
new
border.
journey.
We're not...
And
Okay,
happy to
I
be
know
here.
some of you trip out when you hear accents. This is Luca Doncic, okay? Just in case. Someone's like, what did Trump... Wait, what? So, yeah, I know. I'm just correcting you now.
All of us here standing here waiting for you to come. What's your reaction to seeing all of us here to welcome you to Los Angeles?
Well, first of all, it's very nice. There's a lot of people here. I don't think there's ever been so many people in my press conference. So I really appreciate all the support.
We're watching you, Luca. We love you, man. Thank you. I'm sorry for
Luca, welcome to Los Angeles.
your loss.
I'm curious, what's your reaction been the last 48 hours to some of the comments coming from Dallas on your way out the door to join the Lakers?
I'm just excited, to be here to start this new journey, and obviously.
Elfie's
at some
getting
point I
murdered.
knew this was gonna happen, but I would
Two
say
off.
I
All
would
right, let's
stay
go. I'll take a look. I
hard
got a
work.
lot of
I
emails.
had my amazing moments in Dallas with all my teammates, coaches, and the most importantly, the fans. They always supported me, and it was an amazing journey.
Hey, Luca, Dan Wicke with the LA Times. Welcome to LA. You, in a podcast with JJ years ago, said that the one NBA player that you watched was LeBron James. What is your kind of reaction to being able to now play with him, and how do you think that's going to work for the two of you guys on the court?
It's just like a dream come true, I always look up to him.
It's like a dream come
There's so
true.
there's so many things I can learn from him, and I'm just excited, just to learn everything, and now I get to play with him. So it's an amazing feeling.
I miss you.
Zdravo, Luca. Jovan Buha with The Athletic.
He said any semblance
Just kind of
of
following
hope.
up on that, how do you see you and LeBron specifically? Just
I feel
just
bad
the
for
two-man
him,
game
dude.
between
Fuck
you.
you,
both can
Dallas.
screen for each other, hit guys out of the short roll, create playmaking opportunities.
Secretary of
Just
State
how you guys
Rubio,
both see
U.S.
the
would have
game.
to study
Very
El
few people can see it
Salvador's
that way. Like, how do you
offer
see
to
that
hold
fit
U.S.
from a
citizens.
passing, playmaking, and just two-man game perspective?
Yeah, I think we both make our teammates better. I think our IQ is very high, so I think that's going to help everybody.
Is there a
obviously,
terrorist attack in
I really-
Sweden?
I really haven't think about basketball.
It's
much
not hitting
these
all the
days.
other wires, only local
You know,
news.
I'm just excited
There's a
to work with
shooting
him. I
in
work
Sweden.
every day here, so
They don't know if it's
the
terror or
day-
not.
Every day that goes by is going to be better.
That's what somebody who just broke up says.
Welcome to LA. Got one for
I
both
just
you
know
guys.
every
First
day
for
is
you,
good.
Luca.
Just one day at a
I think
time.
you even wrote in a social media post that you thought
Texas
that
Instruments,
Dallas
minimal
was gonna be a
impact from
place that you're
tariffs
looking forward to.
expected.
Championship stand for your career. Emotionally, what have the past 48 to 60 hours been for you in coming to LA?
Well, it was hard first. That first day
Watching
was
sports
really
is
hard.
for clowns. Well,
I
listen,
felt like
if
this
you
last
pay
48
$7.99 for the
hours, 1 month,
membership,
like
I'll
2 days
turn it
ago
off.
was 1 month ago. So
How does that sound?
Emotionally, it was really hard.
Only you, though.
But
Only
every
you.
day that like today was.
But you might want to do
much
it on
better.
another account.
I'm just
because that one might
very
not
happy
work
to be here
anymore.
for this opportunity. It's
I
the
just have a
Lakers.
feeling.
It's one of the best clubs.
Please
in
don't ask
history,
me to
so
ban people. I'll
excited
take
to be
care
here.
of it. I got it, man.
Nico was speaking with reporters, I believe, on Sunday after the trade. He praised you specifically for keeping the negotiations between you two up until
Estee Lauder had bad earnings,
moments.
and then again,
at what point did
they
you
suffer on the China stuff.
introduce this trade idea to Jeannie, and what was her initial reaction when you told her about it?
Yeah, so this all started with the coffee in Dallas, where Nico approached us with the concept, and because there was a partnership and a history of travel in the world between Nico and myself working around Kobe Bryant, there was a fabric of trust in the discussions. And these type of deals are incredibly intricate and complicated. And along the way, we knew there would be 248 insurmountable snags to get to the end, and there were. And so over the course of 3 weeks, call it, an issue would come up, and we'd think there was no way to climb the mountain, and we'd figure out a way. Then the next issue would come up, and you just keep going, and you stay committed to the work. You stay committed to trying to get the deal done in a partnership sense. I think a lot of people talk about negotiations in terms of who won and who lost. I try to approach a negotiation in the sense of how do we build a partnership where we can get to the end. And I think that was the lens that we worked and the premise we worked under. And when the concept was initially introduced to us, it was, hey, the only way we can even have these discussions was if it's between owner and GMs. And there was a commitment to that. And if we broke that commitment by talking to anyone else, this day would never happen. So I think trust was at the center of all those discussions. And I called Jeannie after the coffee in Dallas and brought her in immediately, as I do with everything. Her and I have a really strong working relationship, and the fabric of that is that we share
federal layoffs
things in
likely
real time.
if too few employees
she was
choose to
extraordinarily
quit.
Excited and hopeful
Washington Post.
that we could get to the end, which we were able to do.
Hey, Luca and Rob, Melissa Roland, Fox Sports.
You're getting a candle. I don't know if that one's it.
You guys, obviously from the league's
So again, Washington Post talking buyouts. Hold on.
The Mavericks were
You have Secretary of State Rubio. He might be saying something.
Who has another 10 years.
Let's see. Oil not moving. Bitcoin not moving.
I guess, Rob, what was your level of shock?
Only Euro. This could be related to Europe. I don't have the headline yet. Again, you just have the other thing. Check the Chinese yuan, but equities are moving more than the candles.
I think, it's
Okay, well, again, not everything move. I'm guessing Euro right now, but I only see Europe and Asian currencies kind of moving, but dollar, oil, they didn't really go on that. But you're getting your first two candles. Small dollar. Banks are already selling off. Again, latest headline is federal layoffs. So I don't know if that is it, but you started moving on federal layoffs right there. So we'll see. First big candle, but again, it's not really matching up. Check the wire. Trump and Xi not speaking. Is that what you saw in there? Oh, that might be it. Yeah, that's it. Trump and Xi are not speaking today. Officials say. Okay, I don't want to go on a. Yeah, that's it. That's the headline. That's why it's dropping. So you guys had it ahead of you. We just missed it. It was literally right in front of you on the screen. Yeah. That's the headline right there on the wire. But here's the deal. I'm a little sussed out. Why? We just heard Pete Navarro. He said Trump is going to talk to China today. So I don't know, bro. Yeah, so keep watch. Musk buyout accepted. We already got that. And then Cruz, they're slashing it. That's from the GM headline. But that's it. That was right there on the wire. I don't know. I think it's kind of an overreaction. I think they might meet later in the day. Yeah, so Trump and Xi are not speaking on Tuesday, says Wall Street Journal. So let me see if I can find the source on where they got that. Because, again, Navarro said the exact opposite. Have spoken, but a call now would certainly center around Trump's imposition. It's Alexander Ward. Yeah, so they're not citing who they heard it from. Yeah, wait, it will hit CNBC and you might get another downside. That was good. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, I'm looking at a lot of stuff, and I put this one on here, but this wire will catch things. So I couldn't find it on the other ones, but you guys, one of the Chads said it was right there, and I'm glad you caught that. So in a weird way, staring at the screen could be beneficial. So make sure. You have a White House will be scheduled. Yeah, no, Navarro said, I'll give you the scoop. They will be talking today. Navarro said that earlier. So I'm a little suspicious, but I think kind of like yesterday. Learn from yesterday. I think we should make our play towards the end of the day. Do you see what I'm saying? Let this shit run its course, but I don't think it's fully accurate. It might be, and even if it is accurate, I don't think it's going to cause a major dump. You get what I'm saying? Are you following? So even if that call doesn't happen, I'm assuming, even if I took that news as true, I don't think that would warrant you to sell off 1.5%. You get what I'm saying? And then best case scenario, towards the end of the day, when Trump in the press briefing comes out, then they're going to be like, yeah, we're actually talking. And then that could lead us into tomorrow. That's what my idea is for now. But again, you got the move and you got the headline within a minute. Do what you need to. But yeah. Reporting both to it's happening. Yeah, so literally 2 hours ago they said it's happening. Wall Street Journal saying it's not happening. But then Pete Navarro said it is happening, but they never gave a date and time. I was telling you that all day today when any of you would ask. So that's the full story if you guys are processing in real time. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming down. Wait till it hits CNBC and everything else. Like I said, man, I'm just telling you, it's even then, this one's going to be a little weirder. But there might be a follow-up once we confirm it again. But for now, this is still speculation. You got the first drop. And guess what, you guys? We did that while watching Luca. So I don't want to hear shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the same shit y'all gave me for Philo. Because I know, but I'm just saying. But yeah, we're going down now, so let's see. I did puts yesterday. I want calls, sadly. I ain't gonna lie to you, little bro. But they're all jacked from this morning. Oh, kind of. Oh, wait. Alpha is probably off Estee Lauder, too. Has it hit CNBC or anybody? All right, I'm going to go small. I just think that if I fuck up on this one, you'll get a way better price next. I did a SPY daily call, $20. $20. But I think end of the day is going to hit harder, to be honest. I'm being a little greedy. Oh, no, I did for tomorrow, not daily. Excuse me. Now I have to buy a daily? No. Theta was going to kill you if today. Well, I've been doing good. I'm flipping out of them. Like, I'm not trying to hold these. Again, that's what I would keep telling you guys. Just wait, because if we could get an early read on any news shit, I mean, you could move it around small for a little bit. Again, even then, it's already... If you went daily, you would have been up. My tomorrow's not. So we'll see. But like I say, at end of the day, I still think we might flush a little bit, let everybody do their freak out. And then I think end of the day, you're probably going to get a headline on the China call. But I don't know. If you could trust, like I'm saying, even if that headline is true, I don't think it drops you a lot. But then, again, if you could get a positive comment, that'll just wake everybody up again. I'm buying a call because I think, fake or not, I do believe that the China call is going to happen. I think that is throwing you off a little bit, but it's not throwing you off enough where it's like, oh my God, this is so bad. And like I'm saying, even if I'm wrong, I'm already thinking about how I could be wrong. If I'm wrong and that in Wall Street Journal is correct, I still don't think it'll drop it crazy. Am I done? I don't know what I'm done. You guys just got to watch and tell me what I still do. But, yeah, I don't know. Watchlist this. You'll figure it out. The news was that they're saying Trump and Xi are not speaking on Tuesday. But remember, we were listening live to Peter Navarro. He said they're speaking today. And then 2 hours later now, this headline comes out, and Wall Street Journal says it's not happening today. And then you got your little drop. But like I'm telling you, that given the story, you should be a little suspicious. I don't know if we could call it fake, but I do think there's going to be another China development. And then even if it's true, you may come down to here, but I don't think it'll send you to the lows of yesterday. It's 1 a.m. in China. Should you go to Miami or Atlanta out of Cali? I think either or. I like both of those places. I think they talked a little bit. That's why after last night, but I think there's another talk coming. That's what we were waiting. Again, I've talked about this all day. That's why I gave you the update even with Navarro. I know that's why I got greedy with the calls, but that move made every call cheaper on the day. But again, even on the day, even for tomorrow. And then bonds are going up. So again, bonds have just for a little bit, they're reminiscent of fear, then they go back to their own world. Yeah, maybe towards end of the night leading into tomorrow. Maybe that's what that headline means.
Hey, Rob, just obviously make a blockbuster move like this. What is your balance of thinking long-term?
The military flight to Guantanamo will have a dozen migrants aboard, officials tell Reuters.
Knowing that the deadline's coming up on Thursday, just balancing the long-term vision with the short-term.
We know that our roster has continued work to do to become complete. And just to be clear around the vision for our roster, we're going to build a roster that fits J.J. Redick's philosophy, his basketball philosophy. That's something that we believe in, that we support, that we want to lean into. So in terms of roster decisions, JJ and I collaborate extensively around that and fitting how he wants to play. We know we have a need for a big. The market for bigs right now, leading into the last 2 or 3 days of the trade deadline, is very dry. There's just not a lot available. So maybe we'll be able to do some stuff around the margins. I would say in terms of a big move for that position, it's probably more realistic that would be something that comes in the off season. But Luca will be at the center of that as we build for the long term. We want to format a team that fits JJ's coaching style and his strengths and his needs to help us win a championship with the other people that are also on our team right now who trades Luca. Be a big part of that winning as well. But your question was about long term, so I'm speaking more to long term.
Luca, I know you had about 13 games as a teammate with JJ in Dallas, and just wondered what that was like for you, the relationship that you formed, and then your thoughts about playing for him as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he couldn't move at all. So.
Oh. Talking shit?
No, but it was a great relationship. I really respect him. You don't see me go on podcast. I went on his podcast twice, so you know how much respect I have
tried the
for
same
him,
exact
so
trade on 2K. They said he's untouchable.
Rob, good to see you. Along the same lines with the trade deadline and all of that, the window for Luca, 25 years old, coming off a finals appearance last year. LeBron, 22nd season, 40 years old. Like, what's the urgency level to have this team in the immediate future reach championship contender status, and whether that immediate future is between now and Thursday.
Okay, you're getting more reds off of it.
Season going into next year, just kind of
my message to Luca
in terms of the timeline to get this team to be able to contend.
The urgency is ever present.
Okay, you're at again. The calls haven't gone down yet, so everyone's figuring out the volatility right now. Next big move should kill the premium, but they're not going yet. There it is. All right, that candle brought down premiums by 1 penny. If you're playing the cheap ones. So wait, again, everyone's still reacting. I don't know if CNBC's picking it up, but again, we're going to get a little bit more after that.
We'll continue to work and look for areas that we can complete and fill out the roster. But as we saw with this trade, it takes 2 teams. But we'll continue to build. Luca and I spent some time.
Again, Bond's still going up too.
Up in my office.
So as long as we keep dumping and Bond still rip, I'm going to take that as fear for a little bit.
Kind of what he sees as sort of short-term and long-term needs, and I think we'll continue to have those basketball discussions and get this roster to a championship level.
Luca, Mike mentioned J.J. Redick, your former teammate. You've got Maxey and Markeith over there. Dorian Finney-Smith is a player you've spoken very highly about in the past.
They're all Dude, Pete Navarro said the same thing this morning. I don't know. Pete Navarro just said everybody in the media and how they're reporting on it, and then he said they're speaking today. But this one, even then, the timing is a little weird. I don't lean that this one's fake. I just think it's kind of just more in what's the word I'm looking. We're in purgatory between these China calls and then the reporting and everybody kind of being on edge, you know.
Help me learn new stuff.
Because even if it is true, it shouldn't kill you, but you will go down.
Helpful to see friendly faces.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, and you just purgatory.
When you're
just
talking
China,
about
we had updates, and then again, it's still the middle of the night there.
What do you think the values in that position are required in the modern NBA?
Robin Hood receives requests from CFTC to roll back pro football market.
A vertical lob threat. I think that's a key to the space.
DraftKings might go up on that. Yeah, dude, I joked about it in the morning. I tweeted it. I was like, no fucking way. That's crazy work. They're offering parlays and sports gambles on your brokerage. And now CFTC is like, yeah, maybe we should. DraftKings will go up on that. DraftKings died on that news last night. There it is.
As just the future and the moves that you're going to be making, designing the roster, or planning, how beneficial and important is it for you just to know you have Luca, you have maybe a decade that you can use as a roadmap in terms of just every decision you're looking to make?
News that sent up the crude was the
it's
what's
a gift.
it called?
We're talking about a 25-year-old.
It was the Iran sanctions. But yeah, DraftKings on that will benefit. Hood will probably go down.
I can't think of a.
How much did DraftKings drop?
More amazing.
Yeah, you got like maybe another $1 or 50 cents.
And I know he has the drive to win that we have here. Our fans are going to see that every night.
And then Spy's still dumping off that first headline.
He might seem calm and casual and quiet, but.
And then FBI sue Justice Department to block release of names of employees who handled January 6 court cases.
Thanks, everyone.
Is that it? That's it? Don't check.
We can't see that jersey.
It seems dude, Luca's sad, bro. Clapperoonied. Wait, I'm back, YouTube. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, man? You guys hear me? Yeah, that was good. I just wanted to take out how many did we lose. Might have lost 1,000. Either way. It's for the love of the game. Yes, sir. Yeah, a little tiny clap. I didn't do it. Again, Twitch stayed up the whole time. All right. We'll see. I wait till anybody covers the Trump delay, and then now you got to wait till later. I don't know if we're going to get a press briefing. That will be a moment to clarify as well. It could be something like that. Let me see. Where is White House? White House. How you get to the White House? Official White House. Yeah, I don't know when the next meeting is, because that press briefing could add a little bit more. So we'll see. And then again, there's DraftKings. I don't know where Robinhood did. And then Elf is still getting destroyed with EL. So we will see. You want to email me a property to make this first rental? Do it. Let's go. I remember I looked at the other ones you sent me. I'm down. Are you hunting still? Why not? Why not? All right. I'm not seeing any more. It dried up a little bit. That's it. Everyone's still reacting to this. You haven't got a follow-up. It's been like, what, 10, 15 minutes, and then bonds are still up. Like I said on the first one, dollar moved a little bit, but we didn't get anything else. The euro's already recovered. So euro and pound have already recovered. SPY has not. That's literally the only one that is yet to go and do that now. Yeah, the SPY calls are still the same. They're a little bit lower. With a member, you have a membership, brother. So yeah, you should be good. Yeah, man. A lot of chats hooked it up. But again, I mean, for real though, how many of you listen to Philo like afterwards? Because like I said, above all else, like I was just trying to prove a point, and then everybody kind of just started flipping out on me, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, like I said, just, you know, I really hope you could be encouraged to, you know, seek it on your own time. And I don't know, it may hit a little different, you know, in your own privacy and intimacy rather than other things going on, you know. But it's on you. But like I'm saying, it's there. It is there if you are interested. You top tick the DraftKings. I looked at them, but they were just mad expensive. Let me double check though. We might be able to. Maybe now they chilled. Kind of. You could, but they only have like $1 of juice left. They're a lot lower than before though. And you might owe taxes because you turned off taxes for paychecks. I would talk to a tax professional because, again, if you deferred your taxes, you got to pay it somehow. But, again, I think you're going to be safer if you just send all your info to a tax guy and ask if they could kind of do it for you. You just started listening, Oh, I hope you enjoy it. I mean, it's, and I wish I could tell you it wasn't controversial, but it is. I mean, who would have thought? But yeah. Dude, I had that up on the chart, man. Like, I think I see why you guys kept asking me about it today. I thought they were still at 100. But yeah, this thing's back at 80, bro. You've given up like 2 years now. Remember, they had killer growth. I remember that earnings in 2023. You know what I'm saying? But it's very bad. And then all the makeup companies, Estee Lauder. Remember, Ulta was doing bad, and then it came up. Elf is long-term material, but I'm telling you, bro. I knew about this thing at like $10. Elf has been around. It's just like I would like a much lower price, or in the sense it's like I'm not as like attracted to it unless it's like that cheap. I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, it just has to get cheap. I was going to give you a very terrible example, but I will refrain. But yeah, she got to get cheaper for me. I like the company though. I don't think you could dabble, but it's, again, I think it could be, I think you could get it at a way better deal. I'm going to burn that analogy, yeah, just in case. That house you sent, it looks deep. It needs work. You're low-key going to need a full update. It's priced fair. I don't think it's a bad deal. I don't think it's a good deal. I don't know if they're trying to get offers, but it just depends on if there's any, like, foundation, electrical, all of that shit. Actually, 200 is kind of high. You have some other higher. It's very weird comps. It could be really good. And then, were you looking there before? I swear you were looking at another state. If you could fix up the house yourself, factor that cost in, and just make sure no major repairs, it's decent. Roof, AC, electrical, foundation, plumbing. That's it. Otherwise, it's fair. It's fairly priced. I think there's upside, and the size is good. It's not like super tiny. But then your downside, again, just you don't want to, any big repairs, you're fucked. It's a little smaller, 1,400 instead. I thought it was 1,800. So fair is how I would put that one. Not too much, not too cheap. Wow, you got engaged. Now the wedding is set next year. Congratulations, bro. Wow. That means another baby Chad probably and another Chad property. You know what I'm saying? That's what it usually sounds like to me, man. Congratulations, bro. Palantir's at open? Oh, no way. Spy's still holding. They're probably just going to delay our contracts now. Like, it is kind of chill. I mean, again, every day it's either we have intense 7 hours or it's going to be just boring. Wow, it says live stream offline. Tell me why ain't nothing but YouTube clap. Tell me why I never want to hear you say I sold my long term today. Oh, I'm back? Okay. Tell me why ain't nothing but a YouTube clap. Tell me why I... Okay. I'm assuming nobody could hear me. That's why. So y'all judge me, but you shouldn't have heard me. Stop. It's easier to stop you than to stop me. That's what I've learned in life. So I've taken your advice and I applied it in a manner you didn't see coming. One of us did stop. Amen. Amen. Tell me why I... It's a great song, dude. It's a great song. Turkey Erdogan believes mutual visits with Syrian government will increase in the coming period. Oh, I like portfolio sales. I'll look. Again, y'all are getting excited, but yeah, I got a lot, man. I got a lot of properties. So we're gonna go through them. I have somebody working on them, because I need to get you some of you guys memberships. Turkey discussed steps to be taken against militants in northeast Syria. Okay, DraftKings continuing. Finally. What time is it? It's 9:40. We still have a little time. We have again, I don't know. I'm trying to find the press briefing because I think press briefing, you're going to get a little bit more, you're going to hear more on that China stuff, but they don't have anything scheduled today. For a pretty transparent administration, they kind of have been like lagging on the on the press briefings. How is K-Web going to move? I have no idea, dude. I made my place free, at least on the upside, but that you got to follow kind of the headlines here in the news and position accordingly and make sure you're aware of some of the main events. But other than that, I mean, I know just as good as you do. David Sachs is going to be talking. Yeah, everybody brought that one up. They asked me if I cared about it. I think he's important, but I don't know where he's at. I haven't heard anything yet, but he is expected to speak. We even heard from Senator Thune. I mean, crypto didn't do bad today. It's actually doing pretty decent, I think. Yeah, still down 2, but better than the lows of the other day. Man, What? How many doors? I don't answer that question. I don't want to. I own 0 doors. I get more subscribers if you feel bad for me, not if I do well. So, I'm not trying to get shadow banned for another 4 years. But, so yeah, I don't have any homes. So, I lost them all yesterday. If you'd like to support, please subscribe, like the video. And I hope you use your long term to get a house and do better than I did. Thank you. You subbed for that? Thank you. See, I'm telling you, it works, bro. Again, Lulu, there's only a handful of retail names I've done good. Again, Turkey, Erdogan talking. That says, oil still jacked? Yeah, oil, hell, I really think that was your news play from the morning. Other than that, we'll see if we get the China thing. Where are my SPY plays? They're the same price. Down by a penny. So $5. Am I going to create a GoFundMe? No, I'm going to try to work my way out of it. So you guys can watch, but I'm going to try to work really hard every day. Maybe get some real estate, and then we'll just work every day, man. We'll get some good info. We got to be snipers. We got to be careful not to overtrade. But once we get a good idea, then that's it, man. Then we just got to run it. So that's what we were talking about today, man. A lot of these news things, I'm telling you, just it seems like the first 1 or 2 are good, and then after that, it just turns into shit. So just make sure you got snipe in. If you get one easy one, that's usually going to be your easy play of the day. Calm before the storm. Enjoy it, though, while it lasts. Again, I do think it might be a little chiller, but then later in the day, that cryptos probably move crypto exclusively, and then we're still awaiting China, Israel, and UN comments mixed in with the Syrian stuff now, or Iran, from this morning. FHA refinance? Yeah, because then you could get rid of the PMI. Any house you buy now, I mean, in the future, if rates go lower, then you guys are probably going to refinance your houses because you'll save a lot. Interest rates are really high right now. So it's actually crazy. Like, do you guys know, like, I read a sad story. It was like sad but not sad. You tell me, would you ever feel bad for somebody who makes $900,000 a year? Would any of you have any sympathy for that person? Or do you just like, fuck it, morality is based on their wealth? No, yes, no, yes. You're never going to be able to refi, yes. Yeah, if they got in a car accident, okay, that's pretty honest. People are people, okay, so it depends. Yeah, all right, well, fair enough. Fair enough. We got a lot of honest Chads in here today. I'll take it. I like honesty as a good policy. So I read this story of this person living in New York making $900,000 a year, and they are at a partner at their law firm. They just got promoted. They're making like $900,000 a year. I think their take-home rate is about $21,000 a month. Right? And I think they make more on the side of that. But are you ready for this? This is a fucking Reddit story. Yeah, that's why it's stupid. That's why I say your goal in life is to avoid becoming a Reddit story. This is a Reddit story. After watching them all threaten to kill the 20-year-olds yesterday, I went down the rabbit hole. I know. So, here's the deal. $21,000 a month in income. The mortgage on a house in New Jersey, an hour away from their office, is about 1.8 to like 2.1 million. So pretty much their mortgage alone would be like $18,000, $19,000 a month with current interest rates. And this person was talking about how, although they make almost $1 million a year, they feel as if they are just getting by, and that they would have to go and live an hour away and still barely be able to afford it. I think the 21K is after their kids and everything else. Cry you a river? Okay. There you go. So now do you guys feel sympathetic? So listen, just get a long-term, save your money, and start trying to buy a house as soon as possible. You could avoid this regardless of your income level. Thank you for shopping at the Stock Market Live. We appreciate you. Okay, well, yeah. Sentiments changed very quickly on that one. But yeah, I only brought that up because mortgage rates. Because I think if mortgage rates weren't at 7, their life would be a lot easier. Oh, they killed PayPal off a $15 billion buyback and good earnings. Reddit is planning to kill 20-year-olds? Yeah. That may be like a joke way to say it, but let me show you what happened yesterday so that you could all understand what went on. It's kind of sad. I don't know. I don't even want to tell you. There's one piece of news in the last couple of weeks that I have not told any of you because it is very odd and I don't like it and I don't want that in the universe. But yeah, let me find it for you. So what happened, I told, bro, right now Elon has a really big target on his back. I'm telling you, people do not like Elon. No, it's not all bots. I cannot, unfortunately, I wish it was bots, but there is some things that have gone on in the last couple of weeks that are organic, and they're not, it's not okay. It's not acceptable. But essentially, somebody put out info on these guys. So Elon has hired 4 sub 24-year-olds to work for Doge as like coders. And he has hired these people to like go and create, work in the government essentially. And people found out their identity, and now people just started writing a bunch of shit about him. And then on Reddit last night, they deleted the whole thread. Reddit they expunged all of this. Reddit got rid of all of it. But people were posting a headline, and then there was like over like 20 death threats of people like calling for their murder and other things. So yeah, it was like, but people are getting pissed at these 20, like these guys. This guy's a genius. If you don't know Luke Ferrador, this kid's a fucking genius, bro. I'm like shocked. If y'all ever thought I was smart, you know damn well I'm a dumbass because you just go look at this motherfucker. This kid is a genius, bro. And yeah, bro, his story, what he has done, everything, bro. It's crazy. But long story short, some people are really mad at these people. And then some people went on the extreme route last night of just like calling for weird shit. And yeah. But these guys are part of Doge, and they're young kids doing the coding and helping out. But yeah, they're not down with it. And listen, I mean, if you guys don't know my stance, I would love to share it with you. So where is it? This is what I tweeted yesterday. I said the same people that don't want Elon Musk helping the government are the same people that would trade Luca for Anthony Davis. That's how I feel. And where is it? Someone commented, and, you know, they said Elon, and you guys are like, he's not elected and all. And this is my response. Okay, in writing, this is how I feel. I said, I don't disagree with you guys. LOL. The selective outrage is what I am criticizing. I think the last 4 years, there was a bunch of little Elons in the government doing whatever they wanted to, but they just weren't as vocal as he was. People don't want to fix the problem. They just want to get rid of Elon. Okay? So I agree with you. I do think there is some really good questions we should ask about Elon's involvement, but you do have to acknowledge that the president put him there. But if we really want to reform this, we should be mad about all of it. So I'll get mad about Elon when we get mad about everybody, because there's a lot of people in the government, and there's a lot of people from social media to not, where unelected people are in charge of stuff, but just because they're not vocal and disagree with you, you're not getting mad. So I think we should get mad about all of it, not just one part of it. So I agree with you, but I'm not going to just get mad at Elon. If anything, until we reform the system, I think Elon might bring a net positive, but until then, it's like we should really be mad about all of it, not just that one part of it. So I agree with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, but there is a part where if that bothers you, you need to really look into what has gone on in the last 8 years. And really ask yourself if we really want those reforms or not. Because I do want those reforms, but some people only want it when it's Elon Musk. And then I'm like, well, that's odd, because I got banned 4 years ago for ever mentioning anything. So, but yeah. So I rest my case. I don't even have a case. I'm just spitballing opinions. U.S. federal government received more than 20,000 deferred resignation. That's old. Yeah, they're saying, though, they need it. I think there should be a press briefing before. And China's closed right now, so we'll find out. I agree. It's a slippery slope. That's why I hope I could remind you all, if we really don't like that shit, we should all just cut out all of it. You see what this might be our only chance, because now you have this weird dynamic of like Biden and Trump, and now you have like Democrats calling out things that Republicans are mad about, and now Republicans are like pseudo defending weird shit. But like, all I'm saying, for like a real truth, like, this may be our only chance to fix it all. Because now, like I'm saying, if you're pissed on Elon, you're right, but we should reform that whole entire system, not just Elon. I don't know. I sound like a psycho, so don't listen to me. I'm gonna just go back into my corner, but yeah, we'll see. And Max White, don't email me about your ban, because I will block your email forever. That's the only way I could control my email. So please do not email me about a ban. I timed you out because you called another Chad cooked. You were talking shit to another Chad. I didn't say anything. I just thought that was mean, and I didn't think he deserved that. You know, I think you're a cool guy, but I don't know why you went out of your way to hurt him. But yeah, other than that, please don't ever email me about your ban status, because your email will get blocked. And if you are caught complaining and I find your name on the long-term alerts, I'm removing you from all of them. Federal government, no, old. Sono. What's getting rid of government waste and excess? Nothing. That's what I like. The problem is when you have unelected people doing things in the government, it just gets weird. That's all. I felt this way for many years. That's the funniest part about all. I'm like, I agree with you. You guys have no idea how much I agree with you. I just don't think Elon is causing that big of a problem yet. But it's like, if we want to fix it, we should fix all of it. But yeah, I have thought this for a very long time. That's why I'm like, I don't know if y'all agree with me now. Maybe we get real reform. But yeah, I mean, this isn't like exclusive to Elon Musk. You guys are aware of that, right? Like, blatantly, it's not just Elon. Like, that's what I think you need to really establish if you really want to change this. Are you glad you have? Did our spy calls go up? I didn't know. I forgot about those. Yeah, we're back to break even. We're in the game now, so in a weird way, if those spy calls balance, we will make money. Well, it's the optics look bad, but again, a lot of the people who don't like it, they're not wrong. Although Elon campaigned and like, I believed I was voting for Elon in a weird way. I think a lot of people were down with that. You know what I'm saying? But in a very, very weird way, bro. It's just like, again, just like the border shit. Y'all are the same people who would tell me, you're here illegally, you broke the law. Okay, great. He's not elected. You're right. It's that once you have an unelected official meddling with the public and policy and government agencies, it is a slippery slope. So like I'm saying, though, this was occurring very rampantly before Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like, I agree with this topic. I just, again, and that's why I agree with the people who are kind of outraged by Elon. But then it's like, if you really want reform, like, we got to change a lot, brother. And I hope you're up for that and not just for one side of the coin. Billionaires should exist, full stop. Oh, shut up, commie. Calm down. What are you talking about? Just let him fucking know. We could do a lot more things before banning billionaires, okay? We'll get there if everything else doesn't work. How about that? I'll entertain it on phase 10. Mm-hmm. It's not a wild comment. It just, sadly, y'all used the get the billionaire card 4 years ago, and all they did was get rich. And they all supported Biden and or Kamala for re-election. Because you taxed them so hard, right? You got them. Literally all of them voted. All of them. No, it wasn't necessarily, yeah. But that'll be down the line. But there's a lot of stuff. That's why, I don't know, that's why I'm excited to see where certain things go. It's been quiet, but I mean, again, that Iran stuff and then the China things, that kind of got us there. Let's remind everyone these 4 dorky super genius kids have saved taxpayers hundreds of billions. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. For now, it's a positive, but I see the concern people have about unelected officials moving like they are. And that's why I'm like, we should make way bigger changes if we don't like it. But generally, I mean, I'm excited for some of the deficit stuff. I don't know. I think it's sad part is going to take a couple of years. I mean, I could tell you guys right now, I think by year number 3, year number 4, our GDP and deficit are going to align. I really think the deficit might be lower. But then at that point, Trump is out the door, and then they're going to use that as a campaign for 4 more years advance. I promise you. It's not going to happen immediately. I think it'll take 2.5 years, maybe a little longer, for the market and everybody to be like, holy shit, the deficit is actually going down. I think it's possible. I don't know how probable, but I do think it's in the realm of possibility, but it just takes time. But then I think it's going to happen so late that by the time you'll get the real benefit, it's going to come with a vote for J.D. Vance price tag. You get what I'm saying? Right when the deficits start aligning. Exactly. Right now is the first 100 days. Everyone's just flipping on whatever happens and then making really, really long-term estimates. Tariff moves illustrate risks from aggressive U.S. trade policy. Fitch. It's not the tariff moves. It's the media. Literally, credit rating agency is saying the tariff moves. If y'all just shut up and stop lying and didn't have fake rumors, it would be very stable. Oh, wow. But credit agency Fitch is saying the moves illustrate aggressive U.S. trade policy. That's kind of like a warning, but no real action behind it. Just words. That's funny. Elon pulled a con job. Listen, you guys may be right, but my question is, do you genuinely believe that he's the first one? You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily disagree. Y'all might be right. But I'm just like, do you really think he was the first one? Like, I can name a lot of people, but I would like you to think for your own on it. But like, yeah, I just don't think he was the first one or the only one doing it. But that's why I hope a lot of people really look into that if you really are bothered by it. Ford, it could be good. Autos are going to be weird with the tariffs, but I mean, I do like them. I like autos a lot, actually. What happened? Did YouTube kick you out again? It's showing it's lagged on my side. Sorry, guy. Yeah, YouTube's been kicking y'all out for the last hour. Been bad all day. Well, please complain to YouTube because they just want you to have slow information and they want you to be dumber. That's what I interpret it as. Otherwise, they could prove otherwise. Thank you. It got really bad an hour ago. Yeah. It's kicking you out. It's kicking you guys out like 100 at a time right now. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trade and Fraternity. Boop. I already played the most ads. That's why I'm like, I guess
if you
that wasn't good enough.
Compensation, we're a really great company. And I don't think anybody should do that. Just straight up. And nefarious, I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person. I can't imagine anybody trying to, do something like that to an investor.
Yeah, no, it's more just kind of, again, you almost in these cases want to separate the fundamental story may be fabulous. Look, what Palantir has done for corporate America, by all accounts, is exciting and extraordinary, and they are early and very successful in kind of deploying AI. The other piece of this, though, is kind of a fundamental point that I just wanted you to kind of dwell on for a second, which is a lot of people love the fact that they do a lot of business with the government because it seems to kind of lock in customers, right? That's why Buffett likes utilities. They're kind of a monopoly.
Yes.
But you think there is a little bit maybe that they're giving up to the upside by relying too much, if they end up relying too much on the government partner instead of the private sector one?
Well, you think you have to dance with the one that brung you. The government was the first people that funded a lot of the stuff that they were doing, and I think that's right. And again, I worked at a company that was briefly public, and half of our business was government, and half of it was commercial, as we would call it. And I was billed out probably like 5 or 6 times higher on the commercial side. So those are dollars that are just never going to be gotten by the investor with this heavy reliance on government contracting. And yes, it's stable.
All right,
it's wonderful.
Yeah, YouTube's still just fucking it up right now.
It really limits your upside with respect to, returning shareholder value.
Yeah, and we will stop.
Well, I guess we might as well then. Since YouTube hates you, we might as well just do the switch. So I'm going to just move to the Philo and just restart the stream. Maybe it'll be better. But yeah, dude, it's fucked up right now. I don't know why. So yeah, become a member if you want to watch Jesus Time. If not, I'll go live later. But yeah, you could blame YouTube now. I was gonna stay, but dude, it's literally so laggy right now. Now you got locked in on the Twitch, baby. So yeah, we're gonna go here to the Philo. See, I was gonna start it later, but I think it might be better. LOL, right? Well, listen, man. Like I said, I only did this to like prove a point after you guys were very rude after we made a lot of money. It was kind of sad. And again, people used my religion and a lot of things against me. And I just said, I'm going to go back to my old schedule of leaving early like I did in the beginning. But all of your guys' little side-eye comments, I see them. But you are literally part of why I'm like, we should kind of keep this up. Because I just think, no, I'm just saying, though, like, some of you have been supportive. I see your frustration, and I think it'll be for the greater good. But some of y'all have let a very, very ugly side come out of you for something very minor. And that's why I'm saying I think some of you were I just felt as if you already didn't like me enough because you were very quick to let it fly, baby. So I respect you for it, but at the same time, though, I am, the fact I do have to kind of remind, we are going to keep doing it. So I'll see you there, and YouTube's fucking us now, so what do you want me to do? But I will see you later. We'll come back on with maybe 30 minutes. I'll try to get back on early. We'll see, but we're going to read a nice little chapter today. So thank you all. Have a good one, and follow me on Twitter. I will post news updates just in case if you're not there and anything breaking happens, it'll be there. So I appreciate you. God bless all of you. And it will move you there, and I'll see you guys there. So thank you.